bang, and there it is, right on cue.
How's that? Less straight to Davis. How good was that?
We about to make a ground. We've got to make this count. Take the ball and raise it now. Make noise and crazy loud. Ball moment, let me hit.
Jake Tucker's taken off.
Outstanding. Glenunga certainly have a great
Soup, you're an outstanding man. Well done, congratulations on the flat.
Oh,
a bin chicken.
Your 2024 premiers, the Port District Football Club. Congratulations, you legends. You are the best team.
Tell the showdown to move over. We've got the biggest rivalry in South Australia here in the BTR Excavations Division 1 Adelaide Footy League. Park 9 is the venue for the college clash, and it's always fiery when Prince Alfred take on St. Peter's. Make no mistake, these two teams hate each other. The hits are harder, the game is faster, and the fans are louder. Some games in the season just mean more than winning. The 2 points are nice, but it's all about bragging rights and pride today. A massive thanks to our sponsors, Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Custom by RTC, High Five E-Bikes, Dartfish, Archie's, Jag Meatworks and Kimberley Resorts. As well as it being Ladies' Day down here at PAC, this week is also Mental Health Round. If you need some help, tell someone. This round is here as an opportunity for you to reach out and get some support. With thanks to Filming Footy, this is the Adelaide Footy League.
Pocket. Well, here we are, everybody, down here at Park 9. It is going to be an absolutely fantastic day for football between two bitter rivals. My name is Lockie Gould. Fantastic to have your company. I'm joined by Alex Coots. Alex, how are you, mate?
Good, thanks, Lockie. How are you?
Yeah, going absolutely splendidly as well. Really excited for a big game of footy. I'll ask you outright, what can we expect from this one?
Well, it's going to be a very enthralling game, and I definitely got a big call for this one. Number 15, Nick Michaels, I reckon he'll kick 4 goals today.
4 goals for Nick Michaels. Well, I heard it last week. He is the leading goal kicker in the competition or something to that effect. So it's absolutely brilliant to make sure that he'll continue his nice and hard work. The ground conditions, obviously a bit of rain overnight for those that aren't aware in South Australia. So what can we expect there? A little bit more heavier underfoot there, Alex?
Yeah, well, it's 15 right now, heading for a top of 17 degrees. About 1 to 2 mils of rain coming for us today. A very light breeze. No specific favour for that wind, and there's going to be some wet spots at different patches of the oval, but other than that, it's a great oval to play on.
It absolutely is a brilliant oval. Brilliant place, Park 9, just out past the Adelaide 500 street circuit, so right in the heart of Adelaide, or the Adelaide's East End as well. So much to look forward to, so much to take into account. Overcast conditions as well, as Alex just said. A tip as well, Alex, who's going to win this one?
I reckon it's going to be St. Peter's by around 12 points.
St. Peter's by 12 points, there we go. I'm going to lean towards Prince Alfred. I said they'd make the grand final on between the posts. I'm going to stick with them, but I think it's going to be a close game of footy. Under a goal, it's under a goal, Prince Alfred. So that's just something to keep in mind there. And we're going to go to an ad break right now.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
New Hyoketsu, vodka, soda, and frozen natural fruit juice. Hello, yes. We've been housemates for, what, nearly 4 years?
Yep, basically since I started my uni degree and you got your apprenticeship.
It's been really good. Like, it's the little things, you know? Like, one of us is always around to house it when the other goes on holiday. And one of us is always ready to help the other out of jam.
I don't know. Yeah, happen again. It's usually me. My HECS debt doesn't leave a lot of room for holidays or working transportation or food. But it's worth all the debt, right?
No.
But what about your debt?
Debt isn't a problem for me. I get paid to learn.
You belong in blue. Apply for a career with South Australia Police.
Welcome back here, everybody, to Park 9. This, again, St. Peter's taking on Prince Alfred, two teams in some really good positions. Both will be hunting finals footy. We have a look here at the ladder, Alex. Obviously, Sacred Heart sitting on top, undefeated still. Port District, bit of a shaky start first couple of weeks of the season, but they're now 3-1. Salisbury North, St. Peter's, of course, playing here today. Ross Trevor also at 3-1. And then you have a look at the best of the rest. The 6 starts with Prince Alfred. They're now 2-2. Golden Grove, 1-3. Glenunga, 1-3. Payneham and Broadview yet to win. Thoughts there, Alex?
Well, Glenunga, they made the grand final last year, only lost 1 game, and now they've already lost 3, so had a bit of a slip this year, but maybe they can bounce back, we'll see.
Hopefully they can, and hopefully it's going to be, well, it's been a great season to start so far. Great first month of playing, and we have a look here at Prince Alfred. Speaking of recent forms, Division 1, they finished 6th last year, just missed finals. That was coming off the back of a premiership year in 2023. Runners up in 2022 after finishing 5th. And then obviously premiers in 2021 under Craig Pitt. They won 6 flags, and 2020 they finished 3rd as well. But out come their opponents. St. Peter's going to be a big game of football for them. They've got to keep on their strong form if they want to be a chance of playing finals. It finally seems like the year where they're putting everything together, doesn't it, Alex?
Yeah, it certainly does. Edward Allen, the skipper, will lead them out today.
Yeah. He said some big things in the off-season, as did his coach Mike O'Leary, and they seem to be living out the dream at the minute here in this season, up to their eyeballs are St. Peter's. But here come the Maroon of Prince Alfred. They are, well, they were 2-0 and had some people, including me, brought into their fancy, but apparently not to be 2 losses in a row now. Obviously, heartbreak here against Ross Trevor, and then last week they were no match for Salisbury North. Can we expect them to bounce back today, Alex?
Well, as you said, big loss to Salisbury North last week, 95-27, as maybe Craig Pitt and James Bentley equal 7th leading goal kickers with 8 goals and first for the team.
Of course, you have a look at St. Peter's recent seasons as well. 2021 finished 8th, just survived. They were in that final day relegation scrap. 2023, they also finished 8th. 2022, 4th, and then 2020, they were 1st. But finals weren't to be that year for them in terms of going all the way to the big dance. You have a look at the team lineups today, and there are some absolute players that we can expect to have big games. Ned McHenry, the captain coach, Prince Alfred, he's always one that sticks out for me. For you, Alex, who are you looking forward to seeing?
Yeah, also with you, Lockie, Ned McHenry, the ex-Crow, looking forward to seeing him play today.
Yeah, he does some great things as Ned McHenry. It's going to be a big game of footy, that is for sure. Others to keep in mind as well, Hugo Kelly, always nice and prominent, and Will Schmidt at the back, absolutely brilliant last couple of games. Last time they were out here, really good, had something like 10 intercept marks and 30 disposals, was absolutely all over it that day. Expect a big job from him. I think it'll be important for St. Peter's to go along and winning this game. They've got to cut his influence. If they don't do that, they'll really struggle.
Yeah, well, Will Schmidt, he's 3rd in the best player votes with 3 votes, and he's also got a goal coming from the back line, so looking forward to seeing him have a great game today.
both of those, you got the 3 votes here against Ross Trevor for that amazing display we were talking about before, and that goal actually came here as well in the second quarter. So there you go. Does some really nice things and really enjoys playing at Park 9 and for the St. Peter and for the Prince Alfred Football Club. Does Will Schmidt. Craig Pitt as well. He can absolutely kicked a bag of 6 already this season. So it'll be interesting to see what he's able to do in round 5. And there's absolutely class all over this field. Tom Sumner, of course, the captain. He's going to be really important. Patrick Singleton does some really nice things as well across back, and Mitchell Dean had 25 disposals last weekend, so if he can continue that, he'll be a massive part of their engine room there, Alex, as well.
Yeah, certainly is. As we seeing the lineup there, James Bentley is an equal leading goal kicker for Prince Alfred, not playing today, so that'll probably be a big out for them, as last year Tyson Brazel kicked 28 goals, now playing in Victoria, and looked last night, he's kicked 10 goals in the last 2 games. So
over in Victoria?
Yep, ridiculous for him.
There you go, some firepower absolutely missing out of that Prince Alfred lineup there. You have a look at St. Peter's, obviously there's stars all over the field. Both the Bedfords play really, really good. Stuart Ratteray is an absolute A-class ruckman. Really like the work of Johnny Reid down in that forward line as well, and Ted Newman holding it up at the back. Anyone I've missed there?
Well, no, not really. Stuart Rattray obviously had a great game last week. He won the Archie's Thongs, as unfortunately he stormed off before we could get to him. But yeah, Scott Bedford was a breakout player last week, same as Henry Nelligan. He's 8th in best player votes, and he's also got 6 goals. He's first for the team, also got 2 goals in an amazing game last week in a convincing 38-point win over Glenunga. So very looking forward to seeing him play today.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant work there. Cannot wait to see what happens. This one's going to be an absolutely outstanding game of football. It's always interesting when rivals play each other. Obviously, being a Crows man, you'd be across the Port Adelaide Showdown rival. As a fan, do you look forward to these games more?
Well, rivalries are always good. If I'm not going for someone, I'm always just looking for a close game. So that's what I'm hoping for today. Is standout player hopefully in the forward line, Johnny Reid and Nick Michaels. Johnny Reid was the leading goal kicker last season with 28 goals and now has 5. Nick Michaels, his 4th leading goal kicker, with 9. So he's only 4 off top, and 1 off second. So we'll see what he can do today. As I made that big call before, I reckon he'll kick 4 goals.
4 goals, get him nice and level. Assuming that the top man as well doesn't kick any goals there. Let's have a look at those previous meetings. 14-12-96, 8-7-55. That was Prince Alfred getting it done round 10, 2024. Last time these two teams played each other, I remember that game. It was a fantastic display from Prince Alfred. 14-9-93 was 10-11-76. That was round 11 there in Division 1. And the next game after that, 2014, 134, 7-12-75. Must have been a windy day out there. Lots of behinds. That was in round 2 there. Can we take a lot out of those results there, Alex?
Well, as I said, I reckon St. Peter's, they might be underdogs, but I reckon they can pull off an upset today, as they've lost the last 3 then, both by convincing margins, so they'll be looking to bounce back today to beat their rivals.
Yeah, absolutely. They've got to get it done here as well. This is one now where as we go into the coin toss, we'll have a bit of a look at this one. See both captains there in the middle, Sumner and Allen.
Sumner have got a big build there. Haven't seen that before, so he might be able to pull something out of his bag today. As St. Peter's will win the toss through Edward Allen, and they will kick to the left of screen.
There you go. Anything you could read? I saw you having you were out there before there, Alex. Is there anything we can kind of read from that coin toss for the decision to kick towards the left of screen?
Well, the breeze isn't really favouring anyone, as I stated on the conditions before, but a big out for St. Peter's, Luke Harvey out and Nick McGill in. I wonder if there's any relation between Ben and Nick.
There is, yep. Those two are related to each other, absolutely.
Yep, certainly. As a one to watch, definitely Ben Belperio, number 38 for St. Peter's. He was leading their team in best player votes ahead of prior to last round, so I reckon he'll have a great game today.
What can we expect from Belperio there?
Well, at the half-back line, I reckon he can take some good marks and some nice line driving kicks, and very accurate.
There you go, an absolute weapon off the half-back line, certainly for St. Peter's. Someone that, again, will be very integral to their win today. Everyone's got to play their best here. I mean, I know it's a cliche in football, but
it will be whoever has the most contributors that goes on and wins this game of football. Rivalries are always, and you see them everywhere, including in the BTR Excavations Adelaide Footy League. So we have a look at the round 5 fixture. Have a look at this. Glenunga and Sacred Heart, the informed team of last year, taking on the informed team of this year. Will Sacred Heart go 5-0?
Well, I reckon they will, even though it is at Webb Oval, Glenunga's home. I reckon they'll fall to 1-4, and they'll just lose to Sacred Heart, who have a great start, being 5-0.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. They do some really, really nice work down there, Sacred Heart. They are absolutely flying at the minute. Glenunga in a little bit of drama. We've seen our game. We'll skip that for a moment. Ross Trevor and Salisbury North, that's the other game. Golden Grove, Broadview Tigers and Payneham Norwood Union Port District. Should be very, very interesting between all of those games. And a massive thank you to our sponsors as well. Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Classic Clashes, Custom by ORTC, High Five E-Bikes, Dartfish, Archie's, Jag Meatworks and Kimberley Resorts. We're about to go here, Alex. This one's going to be absolutely massive. Ball's held aloft. Alex takes away.
And here we go in the ruck. Henry Stewart Rattray looking to get a hit out and doesn't though. Cleared out. This is Hayden Jolly, now cleared by Bedford. He gets the first clearance of the game. Bouncing ball to the advantage of Carruthers. Malachy. And he'll turn and wheel and go. Now they can go out into that 50. Who's there? A lead! A great lead there by Nick Michaels. The guy said he'll kick 4 and he might be lining up for the first here. Well, he is. And who knows, he might be able to kick this, which he's definitely in for it. The small number 15, I reckon he's going to have a breakout game today.
Well, I've got the pen ready here to mark down this one, Alex. And coming off 9 disposals last week as well, as Alex just grabs his pen. We're already riding this one home. Let's see what he can do.
Nick Michaels stroll in. 43 seconds gone so far. We hear a big crowd if he kicks it, but no. Just right as we put the pens down, not marking that one on the score sheet, and Prince Alfred will kick out.
There we go, behind so far. That's the only score on the day. Less than a minute into this contest. Long towards the outer side. Back forming, Neil's going to fly. Wouldn't quite favour him. And here goes Ianello. They work it towards the outer side here. Pitt's there, rolling towards the boundary line, and it goes out. It'll be thrown back into play. Guy's going to grab that one.
Ben Belperio there getting that kick. He's got 1 on the day so far, so 1 disposal. As the umpire will throw in now to the 2 big rucks, Neil and Stuart Rattray. Neil taps down the big build, and now trying to get out was Tom Bromley as he gets wrapped up and holding the ball, holding the footy. Great tackle there by Jesse McKinnon. He just says, sorry, no, I'm going to tackle you. And it's going to go long inside 50. St. Peter's have the numbers. Great contested mark. Lockie de Cesare. And he nearly kicked the first last week, and that would have been a goal of the day for sure. As now he's going to line up around the same spot that Nick Michaels did earlier and drifted right. So 2 minutes into the game, and St. Peter's off to a fiery start. And let's see if he can kick it.
Yeah, they seem to be a cut above at the minute. It'll be interesting to see whether or not he's able to kick it directly in front 40 metres out. As you can see, beautiful shots on the camera, or more 30 metres out.
Lockie de Cesare. Got the cars on the road behind him. Doesn't look that bad. Drifts left. No! He's going to Lockie de Cesare. He gets the first on the board, going the way of St. Peter's. At 2.5 minutes in, Lockie de Cesare snags the first, 35 metres out, directly in front.
Have a look at this on the Dartfish, ladies and gentlemen. He absolutely kicked through that footy. Held up a little bit, but in the end, ended up going through.
As Lockie de Cesare snags that first. He's got some ladies on camera now. They're happy to be on. Has got a great crowd here. I'm estimating we have 400 down here at Park 9.
Yeah, of course, it's a great little crowd in the ladies' day here as well for the Prince Alfred's women's team. So it's absolutely brilliant to have them in the house as well. Ball goes up, and we are away. Slap back down. Jolly was involved. He got a hand pass out towards the outside. Turning and twisting is Mick Henry. He then finds a lead out towards Perks. Perks takes it and rolls relatively quickly. Doesn't dispose of it quickly. Takes a few seconds and decides long into the forward line is where he'll put it. There was a whistle. Umpire says free kick going the way of, and it's going to be Rundle there for Spock.
And Spock had a ladies' day last week against when they played Glenunga, so 2 ladies' days in a row for me is an uncontested mark down on that far side. Is going to go inboard. Scott Bedford, watch out for him down the middle. He had a great game last week, snagged those 2 votes. As he's going to take his time, got a lead short, but doesn't go. Goes a bit further, intercepted, as looked for McKinnon, but no, Ianello, gets that. As he handballs over the top, can they go now? Great smother there. And St. Peter's will get the ball out of bounds through that smother of Henry Nelligan.
Yeah, it was Bromley's kick then, just didn't quite work out. Straight into the hands of Nelligan, and Nelligan got it across the boundary line. About to be thrown back into play here. The Rucks, Stuart Rattray and Neil looking down at the boundary umpire. Ball goes up, no one able to grab it. Bedford was in there. He was wrapped up by Neil. And umpire says that one's going to be my footy. So odd is even, and we'll start again. Around about a stone's throw from the 50. Ball goes up, punch back down. Bedford tried to charge his way through. Ball fired out. Bromley at the back of the pack here. Prince Alfred trying to move it forward. Footy, really, no one wants it at the minute. It's just everyone trying to get to it, but no one able to really win effective disposal. And in the end, it's going to be a ball up.
As we zoom in on the St. Peter's bench there, got all their coaches down there. As Stuart Rattray taps down, picked up by Bromley. Ianello, that was. Thought that was a number 8 there, but no, it was 7. As it's going to be thrown up once again. Neil and Stuart Rattray. Rattray goes down. Bedford steaming out the middle. And he goes to a one-on-one contest. To Cesare's lurking. The big Stuart Rattray just punches it forward. Who's in there? It's a bouncing ball. Ty Bedford's there. So is Nick Michaels. But cleared out there by Patrick Singleton. So he goes long down the line. Archie Perks is around there. Bounced around. Bedford was on it. No. Jolly gets the kick away. High up and under. No specky there from Patrick Gattenby. As it's going to be thumped out. Who's under it? McGill. And it's going to be a free kick going the way of Ben McGill, the helmet man, as he will look to advance with 6 minutes in this first time gone.
Ball flicked back then. Got it in the back pocket. And out then towards the player in Newman. He then found a target. But no, they're not really able to get any effective disposal forward because of the way St. Peter's is set up. So in the end, they just have to go long up the line. Big pack forms, and I think that's a mark. It is, but it's going the way of Prince Alfred, and here they go. McHenry, he's found his way out. Taking his time to, again, make a decision. Decides to pick the best option he had, which was a leading forward. Kelly turns pretty quickly. Inside forward 50 is where he goes. Bang! Able to take a fantastic mark in the end there was Garrels.
As it all started by Patrick Singleton's intercept mark there as he switched out, then McHenry with a great leading kick to the vice-captain Kelly, which led to this mark of Garrels, and he will look to kick from a tight angle.
Garrels will have to snap through, that's for sure. It's going to be a hard kick to get right. Can he lift his team into the contest? They trail by 7. They trail by 6. That's a behind. So 0-1 plays 1-1-7. That's on the Kirin Hayo Ketsu scoreboard. Of course, the Kirin Hayo Ketsu scoreboard, they do a great job. You're probably too young to have a vodka and soda there, Alex.
Certainly is their slogan, hello yes.
Hello yes.
Tony Neal loves saying that one, as kicking out will be Teddy Newman, and he goes to the far side. 2-on-2 under there, another intercept mark, this time going the way of Winston McGowan. And he drives inside, punched by Belperio. Ruffling out, it's Hugo Kelly, the vice-captain. Snaps it on his boot. No one can mark it. It's a high free kick going the way of St. Peter's down in this back line. He's going to look for a lead and just go short out to Edward Allen, the skipper. He's going to say, come to me, I need options. As he does go short, right to this broadcast side. Marked by Nick McGill. As, yes, they look very similar, Nick and Ben. As he'll slow it down. He also goes short. This time to the advantage of Tom Rundle, the West Adelaide backman. As he sells some candy. Duking out Slade. And goes long. And another intercept mark. This one was Will Schmidt down in the back line. He goes central. And now McGowan. Got a strong defense. Prince Alfred. McGowan out to the far side. Marked. As they will look to just go short. Lots of tape on that one. Is going to go long. And a run and jump. No one can get it. Edward Allen was that running jumper. Stuart Rattray around the contest. Now they can go. The clearance of Nelligan. And high tackle free. Yes, it will. Go in the advantage of Fergus Carruthers.
So Carruthers ends up with the footy on the, nearly the centre of the ground there. Footy then flicked forward, and here comes St. Peter's. They are charging up the ground. Out of side. And inside forward 50, the ball ends it up. They're gonna go, it looks like they're having a shot for goal here. Look at his way backwards.
Pretty sure this is Ben Belperio, so...
There you go.
No, sorry, it's Jesse McKinnon.
McKinnon with the footy. Kick on its way. McKinnon shaping back, and he's got a goal. Spocker got two. They're 2-1-13. Prince Alfred one behind, of course, on the Kieran Hayo-Ketsu scoreboard. And there is plenty to enjoy about that. Have a look at this back on the dartfish here. Just leans back and kicks it straight through.
Got an unusual kicking style there, Jesse McKinnon, but as long as it works, it works. If it works, don't fix it. So
yeah,
he gets the second on the board for the Spockos. There's two of the three highest numbers there showing the Kieran Hayo-Ketsu scoreboard. As it is 0-1-1 to 2-1-13, as it'll be Stuart Rattray and Jordan Neal in the ruck there. So they both get a run and jump. Neal taps down to the clearance. McHenry's around it. Jolly outside. Slade. He goes inside 50. Tapped down by Hugo Kelly, the vice captain. He's had an impact so far. As jumped on by the skipper, Edward Allen. As tackled there by Craig Pitt, the ex-coach. And now they'll ball it straight back up. Kelly's in the ruck contest this time. Bouncing ball. Jumping in there was Garrels. Snap around the body. McHenry. Oh, Ned McHenry. No. Ned McHenry. Oh, my. He has about 5 touches so far. We're only 11 minutes in. And he could have snagged the goal there as Ted Newman will say, hurry up. We're going to go fast. Push there on Nelligan. He had a strong game last week. Hitting 11-11 on the clock right now. As short to Malachi Carruthers. Thought the name was Malachi, but no, Malachi. As it'll go far to an open man and marked there by McKinnon. Just kicked the goal before. 11.5 minutes, got a lead. And finds it. Short of McGill. McGill going to go long down the line. Stuart Rattray, no. Just bounces over his head there. As now they clear and go. Sumner, the captain. Bouncing ball. Who's going to win it? McInnes. Oliver McInnes still wondering what to do with it. He goes over the top to Singleton. He handballs now. It's a bit of a handball trade. Ned McHenry using his AFL skills as he handballs out wide. Bedford's there and he just barges through. Great tackle by Sumner. As we'll have a ball up. Jumping on there was Charlie Allen.
Yeah, he took a fantastic grab last week as well, did Charlie Allen at the back. I think it ended up sneaking into the top 5 or nearly made the top 5 marks of the week. Ball ends up at the back. One's fired at the back. There's the captain in Allen. Allen then kicks it forward, hoping for a little bit of an attack there, but it's going to go over the line. And well, he was there or thereabouts, Michaels, but he wasn't able to affect that one in any meaningful way. Stopped the intercept mark, but in the end ends up a draw. Ball's going to get thrown back in. Umpire didn't waste any time. I got that one back into play. Ball comes down, nearly collected then from McGill. Still trying to work their way through, and now they do. Here we go, straightening up at goals. And I tell you what, Carruthers can do some special things.
He looks in pain. I think he went down with an injury last week, but got back up as he's holding the groinal area. So that doesn't look good as we see on the Dartfish replay. Ty Bedford just couldn't crap it, and Carruthers goes boom and crashes out of the contest. I think he got a bit winded there after a bump. But nevertheless, he slots the third, and he's up and okay now. As got the BTR excavation sponsor on the screen. As the Spockos have a 17-point lead early. My tip's looking alright.
Yeah, mine's in some trouble, but that's okay. Of course, 3-1-19 plays 0-2 there. It's on the Kieran Hayo-Ketsu scoreboard.
As we've got Bundy's Road in front of us, as you can see over down here in the North Adelaide. As it's going to be thrown up. Neil and Bone in the ruck this time. Bone taps down, uses his body. Scott Bedford Still can clear out. And holding the ball, Ned McHenry uses his skills. And he pinned the arm and had prior opportunity, that's for sure. Ned McHenry would be up there for the best player right now. Even though he's on a losing team, as McGill still trying to crumb. He handles up, smothered by Kelly. Jumping on this is Ianello, as he still tries to scrummage out. But no, tackled by McGill. He's a small tackling machine. As 14 and a half minutes heading for. Bone tapped down, uses his body work. Bedford short, Bone gets it back. McGill, a little bit of a handball train. As McKinnon breaks that, goes forward. Can't mark, there was Jimmy Higgins. Handballed out, McHenry. Ned McHenry, is it holding the ball? No. Play on. Ianello, and then it's crapped out. McGill is going to slow it down, take his time. The small number 9. Looks a lot like his brother there, Nick McGill, as he goes out to the wing. Ty Bedford. He'll look to find someone. They're 2 kicks from home. As he'll just look for someone. There's a lead. Looks to be Johnny Reid. As he goes outside in central. Belperio. Ben Belperio. He's going to look for someone. Johnny Reid takes the lead. Wonder where Nick Michaels is. He'd be amazing in this contest. Short. Marked. Great mark there. And I reckon that was Johnny Reid. He had a miraculous 28 goals last season. No, sorry, that's not Johnny Reid. That is Ianello.
Yeah, that one, there's Benjamin Variety, of course, played here at Park 9, so it'll be interesting to see. He'd love to get a goal here.
Oh, Benjamin Ianello might give a bit of banter to his former team to get their 4th on the board for the Spockos. Ianello strolls in. Little stutter. It doesn't look that bad off the boot, but it drifts right. Hooked a little bit there. And that's going to be an exact 3-goal margin. A minor score there heading the way of Benjamin Ianello.
So, 2 behinds, plays 3-2-20. Spock still with a strangled hold in the contest. And they are looking for a way in. Prince Alfred, they've been locked out at home just about. Ball now spilt. There's danger signs here. Schmidt went in hard, wasn't able to win it. They're trying to charge forward, and they do now. Out towards the half-back area. Coming through there is Jolly. Although it's turned over, and here they go. Sears, he won the footy back. Perks has got it now. Given back to Sears. Sears just comes streaming through the middle of the ground. Inside forward 50. That's absolutely fantastic, and Pitt's got the ball.
Craig Pitt there. He's got 8 goals on the year. Looking to make it 9 now.
So number 9, and they desperately need some kind of response, some kind of lifeblood, because they are getting absolutely run over at the minute. Here's St. Peter's in cruise control. Prince Alfred, they're going to turn to their leader, the coach, well, the old coach, the former coach. Of course, Ned McHenry came in and took over that role, doing a splendid job so far, has them at 2-2. So one of their experienced players simply must kick. On its way. Looking all right off the boot. Goal umpire's there. Doesn't quite make the distance, and it's a behind. It bounced around dangerously. But Pitt, well, he adds a behind to the scoreboard. It's 0-3. Plays 3-2.
Ted Newman out. Intercepted there. Josh Perks. Not on the boot. Ben McGill says not on my watch. Crumbed out. And just on the line. Great job there. I'm not sure who that was. It was Ed Weeks. Number 2 is Teddy Newman. He's got a nice start to the game. I'll mark him down on the sheet. He's done well with his kick-ins, good accuracy. So he'll go long down the line. This is Ed Weeks. Ed Weeks with a great play just before. And Prince Alfred with 4 behinds now. To the Spocko 3-2-20 might be a little signal there. Tap on the bottom of the foot on the ovals. He goes back to Newman. He's at about 2 marks and about 6 touches. So far, coming from the 4 behinds, the Prince Alfred kicked. Rundle. Out to the true centre wing. Playing on here is Charlie Allen. Here he goes short. Nick McGill. Sells some candy. Drew in McGowan. Michaels is around the contest. Bouncing ball. Jimmy Higgins on his left boot. And who's there? Can't mark, that was Reid. What a crumb to Cesare. Smothered. as it'll go straight back up in the air. Will Schmidt as well, ball up. 19 minutes in, and the umpire won't waste any time. It's going to be Bone and Neil in the ruck. Neil goes down, and now Bone gets a back handball out and just chucked it on his boot there. Looked to be McHenry. As a bouncing ball, Belperio's around the contest. So is Nick McGill. Edward Allen, the skipper. Bouncing ball in the hands of Belperio. No legged free, as it will be holding the ball going the way of this look to be Tom Bromley.
So Bromley with the football. Decides to flick out wide. Big fist came down, and here they go. Carruthers trying to dance his way out of trouble. Did just that. And Perks tried to grab the ball, but he wasn't able to. Spilled towards McGill. And now here's Bedford. He then flicks across. Back towards McGill. McGill found a little unlocking kick. And at half forward, here they are. Ball in the hands of McKinnon. McKinnon just turns and, well, he might have to... Oh, sorry, I apologise. That's Nelligan with the football.
I thought it was McKinnon too. As Nelligan will go. Drop punt, 50 out. It's a thumping kick. As it will make distance, but it will drift right. As it's 0-4-4. Prince Alfred trailing Spockos 3-3-21.
So, behind then. Set a margin now of just 17 points. Looks like it's going to be with Prince Alfred. Prince Alfred out towards the outer side wing. Schmidt, good mark. Turns. He's got a couple of options here. Sides against that and then turns. Caught in just about 4 minds at the minute, so told to play on, and then, well, the safety of the long drop punt down the line is where he's decided to go. Out towards the boundary line, and it goes over and out. Wasn't really sure what to do then. Schmidt was told to play on and just decided to bomb it down the line.
Will Schmidt, he's had around 4 touches this game, a couple marks to add to his tallies. The ball will be thrown in convincingly by the ump. Down with Stuart Rattray. Ned McHenry using his skills, sells the candy. Jolly, a jolly man, he goes down to the wing. Bouncing ball, the skipper on the ball. Nick McGill, outside, out on the full. As it'll be the big ruckman, Jordan Neal, the highest number on the ground. With his wonderful blonde hair, there's a lot of tape on his shin. And he just goes long down the line as there's a fly on my paper, and it's going to be a bouncing ball. No one can grab it. Garrels is around it. Everyone is basically, and a good tackle there looks to be from Garrels on Charlie Allen, the skipper. Edward Allen, the skipper.
Ball goes up. Slap back down. Not quite able to get it out, and here they go. Spock moving it quite nicely back across. They're looking to switch. Both teams looking to attack down opposite wings in the last few moments. McGill does now finally complete that switch. And it's out with Carruthers, Fergus variety. Up the line, Stuart Rattray. He's got it midway point of the ground. Had a run around from McGill, ignored that. And then goes forward. Ball, oh, what a grab, Bedford. Took an excellent mark and will now get rewarded with a shot at goal. Have a look at this on the dartfish.
Great, like, it's almost specky attempt there, and that could be the mark of the day, brought to you by Born to Build. Has just got a run and jump there, as a nice jump on there on Oliver McInnes.
So it is there now with Scott Bedford. He's going to line up and have a shot at goal. What can he do? Spock would be 4 goals up or near enough if he kicks it. 23-point margin it would be. Everyone draws a collective breath. Prince Alfred quickly finding their way out of this contest. Shots on the way. It's across the face. So minor damage there. No, minor on the scoreboard. 05 plays. It's going to be 04 plays at 3-4-22, an even margin of 3 goals.
Kicking in now is marked by Schmidt, uncontested. Nick Michaels, you could appeal for a 50 there, but no, Schmidt. He goes to the far wing, centre back pocket. As now they advance, Prince Alfred nearly intercepted by Bedford with his vertical jump. They go central to Ned McHenry. He's had a decent amount of touches so far in this game. As he tries to draw a defender in there with a little fake kick, and then he ends up kicking it short to a nice lead there. Bedford a little angry, but he wanted to get that ball as he's a very courageous player. And now they go long down the line, and no one can mark it. Charlie Allen out of there. Edward Allen with a nice spin move as he goes inside 50. Could be a push in the back, and it was. Going the way of Nick Michaels.
Oh, here he is, your man, Alex.
My man he's lining up for his first. He could have two. He could have been lining up for his second, but he missed that first one and got that first minor score. As it doesn't look like he want to take any time with it. He just wants to hurry. He doesn't know how much time is left on the clock, and neither do we. He's going to kick it from around 50 and does. After the siren, and I think that has sprayed wide as a note of behind. So heading into the quarter time break, it'll be Prince Alfred 0-4-4 to the Spockos 3-5-23.
There we go. So we are in with an absolute ripping contest, a 19-point ball game. We'll see you on the other side of this ad break. Special thanks to our sponsors.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
New Hyoketsu, vodka, soda, and frozen natural fruit juice. Hello, yes.
We've been housemates for, what, nearly 4 years?
Yep, basically since I started my uni degree and you got your apprenticeship.
Yeah, it's been really good. Like, it's the little things, you know? Like, one of us is always around to house it when the other goes on holiday. And one of us is always ready to help the other out of jam.
I don't know. Yeah, happen again. It's usually me. My HECS debt doesn't leave a lot of room for holidays or working transportation or food. But it's worth all the debt, right?
No.
But what about your debt?
Debt isn't a problem for me. I get paid to learn.
You belong in blue. Apply for a career with South Australia Police.
Yes, everybody, welcome back here. Park 9, it has been an absolutely enthralling game of football. Prince Alfred yet to absolutely trouble the Maidens column now, 0-4-4. St. Peter's at 3-5-23. You can see there Ned McHenry is about to get involved and have a bit of a chat to his troops. Needs to address them, and we're going to have a listen in as well.
We're the side now. Come in, come in. Hey, love that message, whoever said it. Can we fucking get a little bit up and about? The game is well and truly in the balance. All right, we had 4 scoring shots and couldn't convert, which was a little disappointing, but that's okay. Now let's talk about where the game's at and where it's going right now. If we allow them to chip mark through uncontested marks and progress the ball forward, we are going to play the game in our back half. So that's what's happening, right? That's the diagnosis. How do we fix it? Someone tell me, how do we fix it?
D1, D2.
D1, D2. So in slow play defense, lads, we've got them wide, which is a good starting point, but we're still allowing them to chain through uncontested marks. So as soon as we get wide, what do? We condense the ground in, lads. D3, condense the ground, and your striking distance must be closer. I promise you that's going to go a really long way to changing this game.
Yeah.
The other thing as well, lads, around our forward half game, if we get territory through post or there's an aerial ball here, we will take a stoppage. We will take out of bounds, lads. If you cannot mark it, embrace the contest. It's not going to be perfect. We said it's a fucking arm wrestle, right? Now I reckon we got a small dent in them when we got that pressure going. All right, now's our opportunity with the wind. All right, we shut down their uncontested marks. The game will get on our terms. Is everyone comfortable?
Come on,
Let's go.
Yeah, very interesting to listen to the, I guess, kind of the insights there from Ned McHenry. I do apologise for the language there as well. Alex, don't pick up any bad habits. What do you take from that, though? It's very interesting listening to the coaches and how they see the game. Ned McHenry, obviously, with all his experience at AFL level as well.
Yeah, that's one of the first times I've properly watched a talking to. There's a little bit of profanities there, but oh well, we can move on from that. As Ned McHenry's gave him a big talking to, is just instructing them on what to improve in this second quarter as they look to gain a lead on the Spockos, who have a convincing 19.1. As we're down here at Park 9, a beautiful oval, and the rain has stopped, looks to be now.
Yeah.
And the wind's picking up a bit.
Yeah, although don't challenge it, Alex, because it might come back in. I thought it was interesting as well with Ned McHenry talking about condensing the ground as well when the ball goes wide. Don't let them produce a switch. They were doing that a number of times across the first quarter. Both teams were. Ned and his coaching staff very keen to stop that from happening. And as you said, it's going to go a long way to changing the contest of this game. Let's see if they can change it. Spot by 19. Alex Coots, your first caller.
And Neil and Stuart Rattray. No one can properly win the tap. Tap down now. Jolly goes forward. McHenry, the coach, he's in there as he'll find a way with the ball. He just goes for the drop play inside 50. A hack kick. They go forward first. As cleared out there. It looked to be McKinnon or Nelligan. As handball train over the top. That was Archie Perks. And tapped out of bounds by, I'm pretty sure that was, yes it was, Joshua Garrels. As we have a ball in, 30 seconds into this game, as Lockie using your famous old binoculars, as throw in quickly, as grabbed out the ruck was Hugo Kelly, the vice skipper, as another stoppage, 45 seconds so far, as it's going to be Stuart Rattray and possibly Hugo Kelly again, and certainly as Stuart Rattray wins the tap down, going through everyone's legs. McKinnon outside to Belperio. He's having a nice start. He goes to the wing, and a nice intercept mark by Henry Slade, the season permit, as he just goes long down the line inside 50. And a good intercept mark there by Charlie Allen. I wonder if there's any relation to the skipper. There probably is. As just got the confirmation from Lockie. As going back is Carruthers, Fergus variety. And he'll go all the way back. Looks to be Edward Allen, the skipper. As Craig Pitt looking for a play on, move it on call. As going to go not out of bounds. And eventually does off the hands of Jimmy Higgins.
Ball's going to come back in. True centre wing here. When he gathered around, and hopefully you're enjoying the call. We're enjoying bringing it to you live from Park 9 here on Filming Footy. The Adelaide Footy League Division 1 BTI excavations. While I've got through the sponsors, Neil's decided to just bang the footy forward. And that is going to be an intercept mark. It's a fantastic grab as well at the back. And it is, in the end, in the hands of Allen. Allen then turns and... Well, they were half looking for the switch, but maybe the message isn't sunk in at quarter time because they're going to have to go up the line. They're trapped on that outer side wing. Ball down, Jolly. Oh, no, it's ended up in the hands of Sumner, and he ended up running out of space as well, so it's going to go over and out. And around about the same position of that true centre wing where the boundary throwing was a few moments ago.
As we're looking on the Bundy's Road side of the ground, as he did have Jolly behind him there, Sumner. As a ball in with the two main rucks, Neil with a thumping ball hit out there, as wrapped in was Carruthers, Fergus variety, as good tackle by Jack Ianello, as Neil just grabs out the ruck and gets spoiled, and no one can claim possession. Malachi Carruthers, kick out, and this is going to be a high ball. Under that was Stuart Rattray, and he gets paid the mark. In the back, there's a bit of a fight brawling between these rivals. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself, grab some popcorn and relax and watch this game as they play quick and they go outside. Fergus Carruthers back to his brother in Malachi. And they go long, intercepted. Well done there by Henry Slade. season permit as they go fast out to Craig Pitt. What can Pitt do? He goes inboard to Seals as it is going to be a 25-metre penalty. Thomas Seals.
Yeah, silly stuff there. Just a little bit of arcness from the man on the mark, and Seals is going to march himself forward.
As he's not in the 50 yet, sees the lead and heads there. Great lead by Hugo Kelly, the vice captain, as he'll line up for Prince Alfred's first of the game. And if he misses, it could be 5 behinds. There'll be a terrific start, horrific start, I should say, if he misses this. But it'll be a terrific start to the quarter if he gets it.
Yeah, this one's desperately needed here. I mean, 20 metres out, almost directly in front. Should be no dramas for a player of Kelly's class.
He is around 30 out. And straight down the big sticks, Hugo Kelly. The vice captain's having a nice start, and he nails the first on the board for Prince Alfred. As Hugo Kelly, it was a quite easy kick for him, around 35 metres out from goals.
Yeah, I mean, have a look at that. Just leans back on the footy, puts it straight through the dartfish replay, and the Prince Alfred fans will be absolutely loving that one.
He knew it was going in. As soon as it came off the booze, the ladies are waving. As Ladies' Day function down here at Park 9 for Prince Alfred, as there was one that spoke over last week, as we'll get straight back into the gameplay. McHenry with the clearance, or not. Jimmy Higgins says, sorry, no, you are gone. As Ned McHenry, the ex-AFL Crow player, gets wrapped up. Jimmy Higgins, he's going to look for options with his lovely pink boots as he goes short, and Belperio and Adelaide nearly messed each other up, but Belperio ended up taking the grab. My prediction for him's gone quite right today. He hasn't had a breakout game so far. He drives them inside 50, deep, and he's just fallen in Ty Bedford's lap. Has he played on? I thought he did, but no. As Ty Bedford will line up for his first of the game.
It was Sumner and McGowan actually cancelled each other out. Schmidt and McGowan actually cancelled each other out. They both came charging in to win the same ball. McGowan was in good positions. As they hit each other, ball fell into the lap of Bedford in the end.
As I reckon Sumner might have been involved in that contest. Was right behind it down here on the broadcast side with a great camera angle. As he strolls in, it's a mongrel punt there as it will hit, it will go for a minus score. I don't know why I was grabbing the pen then, but it is 1-4-10 to 3-6, 64. 24, sorry, my mistake, as Schmidt has the ball now.
Schmidt looks across the ground. Finds Singleton. Singleton then looks and decides to go down the outer side. Back. They turn. Ianello looks and decides he's going to flick it out wide. Garrels turns. Oh, looks like he almost wanted to give the hand pass off. Decided better. And in the end he stands and takes his time. Still he waits. Down the line they go. Here we go. Big fly. Oh, just a player waiting back then. Absolutely fantastic work. Allen turns quickly and gives it across towards Weeks. Weeks then flicks it back. And Spock are working it out towards this near side now. So they've got the switch completed. Ball ended up in the hands of McGill.
McGill for St. Peter's. He's going to leans back on that kick and intercepted by Ned McHenry. He's having a wonderful game today. Definitely winning those Archies right now as Jolly with his thumping boot in board. Nearly the one-handed ball down by Seals, but no. Newman, he's pushed in the back there. No. Perks. Oh, what a wonderful goal this could be. Bouncing ball. Snapped on his boot. No. Gattenby still with the ball. Handballs it up. Garrels, as he'll be tackled by Charlie Allen inside 50. Prince Alfred could maybe have a comeback second term as walking away with it there. Looked to be Garrels, but the umpire says, oh no, it is a free kick. I'm not sure what that was for, but Josh Garrels, he's got the ball.
Either way, Garrels will be the beneficiary. It was going to be a dump tackle is what we've just been signalled there. So there you go, having a look at that one on the dartfish. It was a dump tackle. And we'll have a bit of a line-up here with Josh Garrels.
Oh, he's on the Chinana. How's this look? Oh, it goes straight to the advantage of Tom Rundle as he'll go out to this broadcast side. McGill, Nick variety. He goes short. Michael's spoiled. Well done there by Charlick. Long down the line. Nearly fell into the lap of Seals. Kelly. Handball out. No one can get it, pick it up. Ganby's around it. Now Nelligan. Handball's over the top. Malachi Carruthers. He gets the clearance. Takes a bounce. Not two. And nearly pushed off it by Slade. Bedford's under it. He just gives his body to Tom Bromley, as it will be a free kick to him with his white boots with the Maroon Asics logo on them, as he goes down the line. Forward 50. Not marked there by Pitt. Outside. Oh, that's a big hit. Nelligan, I reckon he's knocked out cold. He certainly is, as Schmidt takes an intercept mark as we get back to the action. All prayers for Henry Nelligan, as he does not look good or in good condition. He's a big piece for this team as we take a look on the Dartfish replay. So it was just, the ball went forward and down, kick out by Allen, and boom! Just goes in there was Ianello, as Nelligan's not in good condition.
No, and that's a footballing incident. Both players going hard for the ball here, but they needed to stop play. Did the right decision there, just to try and get him off the ground safely, because he'll be in a world of hurt, and obviously we hope they're the best for Henry as he walks his way off the ground.
He's got some blood on his nose as well, so he doesn't look good. He's broken his nose, and we've just been informed. Yeah, that's for sure. It's not a good sight for Henry Nelligan. He's broken his nose and probably concussion to add on to that. So that won't be good, as he'll probably be subbed out for this game.
Yeah, you would assume that would be the last time we see him. It's good to see him in the hands of the doctors. They very slowly get him off the ground. He'll be in a world of pain again. Hoping the best there for Nelligan. Blood coming from his nose. You would assume that's broken, and you'd assume there would be at least a concussion check going on as well there. But we'll hear more in the coming days on that situation. But that will be the end of his day there, one would assume, as he walks his way to the line.
Yeah, Nelligan with a lot of clarity on his nose has come off for Tom Rundle, looked to be. Actually, no, sorry, I reckon that was Nick McGill. As back to the action, Will Schmidt, long down the line, inside 50. Kelly's around it. He uses spin moves. Outside Ned McHenry. Centre ball. That's great vision. And Jolly and Ianello messed each other up. And now they'll get the clearance of Spockos. Outside. And wide open there is Ianello. Benjamin variety. He's taken a bounce. Make that two. No. Could have been run too far. He goes forward. Nick Michaels. Still has it. And that's going to be holding the ball. No, it's not. High tackle. Prince Alfred are not happy about that one. And 50 or 25. Nick Michaels is going to get his first of the game for St. Peter's. And the Prince Alfred crowd are not happy about that one. Nick Michaels nails 1 out of 4 of my prediction. As we'll see what he can do as he moves up to 10 on the season after that high tackle call. And Prince Alfred were not happy about that. And then it looked to be a descent 25-metre penalty there, which just put him right in front of goal on the Dartfish replay.
Yeah, silly penalty to give away, even if you don't agree with the umpire's decision, as your coach will be absolutely furious with that there. O'Leary would be delighted. Ned McHenry will be less so. You're just having a look there. It looks like deep in conversation is that man O'Leary, and he's there with McGill as well. That's Ben there. But I tell you what, this is a great game of footy. It's a margin of 19 points. Prince Alfred have started there. They've reached about second out of 5 gears they've got. Spock still flying. Let's see what they can do. Ball back in the centre. Trying to work their way out here. It's Carruthers, Bedford. Ball just kind of sits. No one able to grab it. Going in hard, and there's 3 players hanging off of him wearing the maroon of Prince Alfred as Carruthers is wrapped up. Throws the ball back to the umpire. We've got a ball up in the centre square. Ball does go up. Tap back down, Neil. Falling. And now inside forward 50. Spock. Wow! Ian Ellis just grabbed the footy and said, I'll have a go. Was the assister for the last one. Let's see if he can kick one of his own.
Benjamin Ianello kicked 2 in the last game. A great first goal there, which the team got around him on as we're 13 minutes in, and they'll look to give the Spockos a 25-point lead.
Let's see what he can do here. Of course, a former Prince Alfred player, his brother, Jack, still on the team there. Stepping his way in. We're in the blue of St. Peter's, and revenge is a dish. Best serve with the behind at the moment, so that one's a point. Didn't quite go through. And now it is going to be a kick in. It is 1-4-10, plays 4-6-30.
Cameron Pritchard, this is, and he'll go long down the line. No one's under it. Higgins, that's got to be holding the ball, and it is. Ned McHenry there with a great tackle. Is he still getting his jumper held? Could have been 25, could not have been. So, but it was not paid. As Ned McHenry probably got is favoured to win the Archie's Thong so far, especially if Prince Alfred win. As he goes long into a contested pack. Around there is Neil, handball out. Now snapped out, bouncing ball, going the way of Ned McHenry. McHenry has tackled on the crowd, yell ball. Scott Bedford, he goes short. Johnny Reid, no. A bouncing ball is right on this broadcast side. Schmidt, he runs a switch game and goes all the way outside to the hands of Henry Slade. He runs. He can run for days as he goes long on that far side. And a specky attempt there by Hugo Kelly, intercepted by Tom Rundle. He doesn't look to take much time and doesn't. They go for the switch. Yes, they will. Completed there. This is Ted Newman. He goes down. Short kick to the advantage of, I reckon this is Ben Belperio. Yes, it certainly is. Confirmation there as Belperio down the line. And a great mark. Good contested there by McGowan. Down the line, Ned McHenry. Where can he go? He's got options aplenty down in the forward line. Hugo Kelly making a lead. Goes short towards the interchange bench. Marked there by Patrick Singleton. Singleton just backing up. Got lots of tape on his knee as Michaels came in there late and punched out. And it will be a boundary throw in, yes. As run out there from the hands and feet of Ted Newman.
Ball about to come back into play here. Umpire waiting. Newman didn't have a bad game at all last week. 11 disposals as well, playing as a backman. Ball comes back in. Rolling along. No one able to quite trap it. Might still work its way out. Grab, Garrels, quick thinking, snapped. And gold. There we go. Prince Alfred, they get a second. 2-4-16 Spock, 4-6-30. Still trailing in this one here, but it was an excellent work there from Joshua Garrels.
Joshua Garrels was here on the Dartfish replay. Just snapped it across his body. Tackle there from McInnes. As snapped out there was Josh Garrels. There's a big fly in the trailer that we're in. As see on the Kieran Hiraketsu scoreboard. Hello, yes. As got the Sportal sponsor on there. 16.5 minutes into this lovely game down here at Park 9, Bundy's Road, North Adelaide. And the Spockos with a 14-point lead, which hasn't been updated just quite yet, as I'm sure it will be. Yes, it is. Thrown up. Neil with a convincing punch. And Neil get it back. This could be goal of the year. And Seals still with it. Seals. He handballs over the head of Perks, Josh Variety, and tackled the Jolly. And bouncing ball, rolling ball, I should say. Newman's around it. And who else is there? Archie Perks is around it. He's under it. And a great tackle there, which stopped the Prince Alfred drive up forward. Ned McHenry could have had his first of the game. He's had a massive influence on this one. Jumped in Kelly. Big body work from Bone. And no one can quite grab it. Tackled. And there'll be a free kick going the way of the Spockos, St. Peter's. As it'll be the skipper, Edward Allen, looks to be on that far side. And I'm not sure about that one. I reckon it's Jimmy Higgins. As we've got Bundy's Road in the background. And he's going to line up with those pink boots, Jimmy Higgins. Down the line. Good mark there by the skipper, Ed Allen. He's got options aplenty for the St. Peter's team. A lead there, making from Cesare. He kicked the opening one of this game. It's not low scoring, but it's not high. That's for sure. And Bone stands under it, spoiled by Neil. And Carruthers making a nice tackle there. As we zoom in on the Prince Alfred and St. Peter's bench, standing out there are the officials, and it'll be a throw up. Nearly tried to hack it out with Ionello, Jack Variety, Jolly, rolling ball, McGill, Nick, and Edward Allen. He goes down, and a good mark there by the big ruckman Bone. He's had an impact on this one. See a lonely fan with an umbrella out there as go forward and intercept marked by Cameron Pritchard as he'll look inboard and does go there. Jack Ionello inside 50. McHenry spoiled as the Spockos will get another clearance out of the Prince Alfred 50. Bromley, he picks it up cleanly. Now they can go. The skipper, Sumner, he goes inside 50 now. Who's in there? Nobody, and Hugo Kelly will get his mark spoiled by Tom Rundle.
Yeah, it's fantastic work there from Rundle. Just provided the big punch. And it is raining a little bit as well, so that will add to the slipperiness of the footy. Of course, there's no grooves or grips or anything on an Adelaide Footy League football. So you do end up with quite a slippery pill. All back in. Kelly working its way forward. Nearly grabbed by Perks. Ball rolls back. Kelly, fast thinking, able to fire the ball back across goal. No one was there for him. And it's going to be collected, and they start to spin out. Little hand pass across from McGill. They're still linking up, and here comes St. Peter's off of half-back. Bounding out towards the boundary, towards the true centre position on this near side wing. Dean, he was bowled off it. Schmidt went in and won it, and he was wrapped up. Umpire says, my football. Going to throw this one up. Neil, he's going to do battle here. And in the end, a midfielder arrived. He wasn't 100% keen on going. And there's a corky as well. It did come in that ruck contest, so the player there in Higgins is hobbling around. He'll be in a little bit of pain. Let's see if they get a runner out to him. Ball then flicked back from McHenry. Inside forward 50 it goes. Punch away. Collected at the back here. Well done. McGowan has a player to deal with, and he's wrapped up. He managed to flick it out. Umpire said, on the ball.
And we've got a bit of a brawl here in the Spocko forward 50. As lining up, this will be Benjamin Ionello. He's lined up for 2 goals and hasn't slotted any, so he's definitely looking for his first as it's bucketing down here at Park 9. As lucky we're not getting any rain down here in the trailer, as the corky there on Jimmy Higgins. And Benjamin Ionello will stroll in, lining up, looks right off the boot, and it certainly is! Benjamin Ionello gives the Spockos a 20-point lead as it's 16-36, 2-4 to 5-6. As we take a look here on the Dartfish replay, Ionello, calm and ready, as leans back and kicks that one sufficiently, as the Spockos will gain a 20-point lead.
Yeah, they do. They now have that 20-point margin, and it is absolutely starting to rain. Have a look at that on the camera work. And captured out there by our roving cameraman, doing a fantastic job. But that is absolutely bucketing it down here at Park 9. It threatened, and now it is raining. And as it is raining, Spock is starting to get away from the contest here. Prince Alfred need to fight back. Ball, he's going to be wrapped up. It's going to be a free kick here.
You can smell the rain out there.
Yeah, you can. It's got this, as everyone would know, it's got this weird kind of smell rain to it, especially on freshly cut grass, which is what it would have been in Prince Alfred. They would have done that Friday in preparation for this one. Ball then with Bedford. That's Thai Variety. Turns and has a bit of a look around. Decides inside forward 50s where he goes. Oh, he's trying to hit Reed. He's ended up finding Garrels, and Garrels is doing it both ends of the ground at the minute there, Alex.
Certainly, it's just Garrels. He's already got one. It was that beautiful snap around the body, as that we saw before. As he'll go down the line, Nick Michaels with a convincing spoil. He's playing maybe that wingman role now, as he does have 1 out of the 4 that I predicted. As we're well into time 1 now. 23 minutes gone. It's bucketing down here at Park 9. All the fans with the umbrellas wonder if there's any lightning forecasted. Not that I've seen, but it could definitely happen from Mother Nature. As Pritchard go long down the line and bouncing ball. No one's really on it, and now Bedford punched out, Ty Bedford, and Scott Bedford has punched him, or not punched him, but shoved him to the ground. And it'll be a free kick heading the way of Bedford, as given away they look to be maybe Garrels or McHenry, as Bedford will go fast and out to the wing to the Spockos, and they look comfortable here as they go on that far side into a big Pag leading his Ianello. Reed with a punch out, no one can gain possession. McHenry with the bomb out, and bouncing ball off many players' hands. Kelly can't pick it up with the slippery pill, and now trying to go out was Rundle, and did. Bedford, Thai variety, now out to McHenry. The dribbling ball nearly marked by Garrels. Garrels now jumps on it, handballs out to Jolly. His kick smothered also by Newman, and now on the run is Pitt. Pitt also smothered. God, a calamity of smothers, as tapped out by Weeks. Still chasing is Bedford, and Bedford will nearly out of bounds, as it is definitely starting to pour down here, and which means the score will go lower, so Spockos have a significant advantage, as the umpire won't take much time to throw in, and does. So in the right contest, Stuart Rattray and Kelly. Stuart Rattray wins it now, but Kelly gains possession. Still a loose ball, and jumped in there was Winston McGowan, as it's still a loose ball. Kicked out. Now on his Rundle. He gets tackled. Is that holding the ball? No. Bedford, Scott out of there. And Stuart Rattray gets the clearance. Schmidt's under it. He spoils it. And Michaels jumps on it. Still a loose ball. And that could definitely be holding the ball. And it certainly is. Going the way of Will Schmidt, as they won't let any time go. So Schmidt's got to hurry. He goes long. Inside 50. Good contested pack. McHenry dumped to the ground. And clearance out. Another one. And bouncing ball. McInnes. Outside. Sumner the skipper. Who's in there. And not marked. Nearly by Pitt. Still bouncing around. And tapped and kicked. Outside. Now McInnes. He goes short inside. Jolly's around it. This is Jolly. Oh, Jolly. And smothered over by Ted Newman.
Well, now that's come back in. That's a behind. Alex just said 2-5, plays 5-6. And one, of course, on the Kieran Hayo Ketsu scoreboard. And that's going to be a 25-metre penalty. So something was said there as Spock just marched their way forward. And that is half-time. Well, in the rain, it has been Spock that have shined. 5-6-36, Port District 2-5-17. We'll be back after these messages from our sponsors.
We've been housemates for, what, nearly 4 years?
Yep, basically since I started my uni degree and you got your apprenticeship.
It's been really good. Like, it's the little things, you know? Like, one of us is always around to house it when the other goes on holiday. And one of us is always ready to help the other out of jam.
I don't know. Yeah, happen again. It's usually me. My HEC stat doesn't leave a lot of room for holidays or working transportation or food. But it's worth all the debt, right?
No.
But what about your debt?
Debt isn't a problem for me. I get paid to learn.
New 氷結 Vodka, soda, and frozen natural fruit juice. Hello, yes.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
We've been housemates for, what, nearly 4 years?
Yep, basically since I started my uni degree and you got your apprenticeship.
It's been really good. Like, it's the little things, you know? Like, one of us is always around to house it when the other goes on holiday. And one of us is always ready to help the other out of jam.
I don't know. Yeah, happen again. It's usually me. My HECS debt doesn't leave a lot of room for holidays or working transportation or food. But it's worth all the debt, right?
No.
But what about your debt?
Debt isn't a problem for me. I get paid to learn.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
Here we are at Park 9. It's been a really entertaining game of football. 5-6-36 plays 2-5-17, but around the grounds in the BTR Excavations Adelaide Division 1. We've got Glenunga taking on Sacred Heart, Ross Trevor and Salisbury North, Golden Grove, Broadview Tigers, Payneham Norwood Union and Port Districts. My name is Lachlan Gould. I'm joined by Alex Coots. We're about to have some teams running out here, and we will very, very quickly go around the grounds in just a second. Have a look. Here come the leaders so far. St. Peter's, they've been absolutely instrumental. What have you thought of their game so far, Alex?
Well, it's been all over Prince Alfred, and as we can see on the scoreboard, they've made it count. They have a 19-point lead there. Both teams' accuracy could be a bit better, but Prince Alfred will be looking to come out stronger than ever, as Hugo Kelly, the vice-captain, will lead them out.
And yeah, have a look at this here. Prince Alfred challenged at home. Can they get the fortress back? Well, they've got a 19-point deficit to climb in the second half. It was 19 points in the first quarter at the quarter time as well. So they didn't lose that quarter. They drew that quarter. Obviously, for those that are pretty good at math, you would have worked that out before I did. And we're having a look there. Mike O'Leary, he'll be very happy at the minute. Him and his entourage walking along the boundary line. And we're going to flick back to that graphic. Here we are. So first game there, Glenunga versus Sacred Heart. The ladder leaders and last year's runners-up. They were so good for so long in last season's campaign, the Rams. What are your thoughts there, Alex?
Well, Glenunga are giving Sacred Heart a one for their money. They're 4-0, and Glenunga are 1-3. So Glenunga will be looking to move up to 2-3, and Sacred Heart will be looking to stay undefeated. As Salisbury North going convincing so far over Ross Trevor, 6-6-42 to 2-4-16. Golden Grove leading the bottom of the ladder, Broadview Tigers, 20 by 23 points. High scoring game up there at Golden Grove, and a bit of a lower scoring game just like this one. Payneham and Port District. Port District, they won the grand final last year, and Payneham are second bottom on the ladder and haven't won a game. So that'll be very interesting, and all these games are interesting. No one's definitely out of the contest so far.
Salisbury North are one that's interesting for mine because Salisbury North are a team that's absolutely flying at the minute, coming back up. They've got that, I don't know if we've got a term here in Australia for it, but in England they call it the promotion bounce. The team that comes up, they seem to just keep swinging on, and they're looking pretty good for a finals run at the minute. I haven't tipped them, and I've heard it from Salisbury people so far this season. I did tip them this week. It'll be interesting to see where Ross Trevor kind of fit in as well, because we'll know where they're kind of looking ahead of the rest of the season. And Payneham Norwood Union, they're the sleeping giants at the minute here, Alex. All they need is one win, and Jeremy Cheney will get his men firing again. They need it to come pretty quickly, though, because the issue is, while they lose, other teams around them are winning, and they're starting to run out of time. So, obviously, the bottom two at the end of the year, they'll find themselves back in Division 2, replaced by the top two in Division 2, as per the promotion rules in the Adelaide Footy League. And we are about to get ready here to go. I've just watched here, Ianello has ended up outside his team's huddle, and he's just about to emerge back into the team's fold here. Have a look at this. So he's just jumped his way back in. Mike O'Leary's walking off. He's done his job, and Ianello basically missed most of the address. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there.
Yes, absolutely. Ianello's gone straight over there and skipped the huddle. As Prince Alfred, they were 8th last season, 1 point off of the relegation zone, so they were very lucky to stay up in Division 1, and they're doing not bad so far, 2-2 even record, as they had a big loss last week to Salisbury North. And yeah, so they're 2-2 record in this season. They lost by 1 in round 3 to Ross Trevor, 78 to 79. That was 6th last year, and 3 points away from relegation, 4 points from finals. Ned McHenry, the ex-Crow, he wore number 25 for them, and now is playing and coaching for the Prince Alfred Old Collegians, as they're having a wonderful game so far. Probably the best on ground for Prince Alfred, as they will run over their positions for the people for their respective teams. So Prince Alfred will look to come back as we go through the goal kickers. Prince Alfred, Hugo Kelly and Joshua Garrels with 1, and then for St. Peter's, Malachi Carruthers, Nick Michaels, Benjamin Ianello, Lockie DeCesare and Jesse McKinnon all with 1. So no one's kicked more than a goal, and we'll see if that can change in the second half, as you're with Lockie Gould for the first bounce.
Here we go. Back to the centre. Whistle's gone. Umpire throws it off, and the second half is underway here at Park 9. We'll just work forward there from McKinnon's little skater along the ground. Dean, he was then charged into by DeCesare. Bedford was in there. Both Bedfords were in there. Ball then ripped out. Fired back across. Whistle's gone. Umpire says free kick there. And it is going to end up in the hands of Neil. Neil smiling. And then turns and flicks it across. Finds a little 15-metre pass. Rain now stopped momentarily, but it is a cold, bracing chill running out there through the players. And they'll, of course, be in wet Guernseys. So they'll be chilly for sure. Ball out down the line. Oh, great pair of hands. Hugo Kelly able to just take that one in. Turns and then sends it back high and long. And here they go leading at it. Unable to take it though. Ball comes down. And it's going to end up being balled up here. No one able to quite get that one out. Umpire says, I love that.
Yes, it will be a ball up in the centre square. Joshua Garrels, one of the best players for Prince Alfred in that first half. Tap down Neil. Can't grab it there was Archie Perks. And who's in there? De Cesare tries to go for a soccer but goes for a fresh area instead. And tries to barge through. There was Jack Ianello. And it'll be another throw up. Stuart Rattray and Neil in that contest. And around this is Scott Bedford. He just taps it out. McHenry's lurking. Like a lurker that he does. And smothered. Kick off Edward Weeks' boot. And it'll be another ball up. Joshua Garrels maintaining a possession and getting another contested one. As it's going to be thrown up. Stuart Rattray Neil. Neil taps down to his advantage. And coming forward there was Gattenby. And now clearing will be Carruthers. Chasing down was Hugo Kelly but didn't reach him in time. Nick Michaels just can't control that mark. And it'll be scrolled out there by Pritchard. Michaels is around that contest still. And a good tackle there by Lockie De Cesare, one of the 5 single goal scorers for the Spockos. As it'll be a throw in. Neil and Stuart Rattray, Neil and Stuart Rattray. Neil goes down. Stuart Rattray collects. He goes forward. Ty Bedford. Where can he go now? He's doing some little crab walks to get into his position. And he just goes very short to the advantage of possibly Johnny Reid. And I reckon it is. No, this is Fergus Carruthers. So Carruthers, Fergus, goes long off the hands of his brother. Ianello crashes into a brick wall. And that looks to be Tom Bromley. Jack Ianello there. As a ball up. Tapped down by Neil. De Cesare. Short kick. Not 15. Pritchard just chucks it out of there. Little crow throw. And outside from Schmidt. Bouncing ball. It's a Falcon on Pitt. Intercepted there. Looks to be tapped out of bounds, but no. It's been paid a behind. And Craig Pitt will kick in for Prince Alfred.
So Pitt decides to just take the opportunity that was available to him. And that opportunity came in the form of Dean. He was standing. Now they turn one way and then decides the other's where he's going to end up. On the far side, try to bounce the footy on the wet grass. Nearly didn't work out okay, but was able to recover. Searles. And I'll tell you what, there was Belpero who came sliding in. He wasn't affected. Ball flicks back. Here comes Jolly. Jolly charging through the centre. Kelly was there. Was he infringed? Umpire said yes, he was.
Oh, and limping there is Ed Weeks, the big tall man, as he doesn't look good. Maybe a hyperextension, maybe a minor injury to his knee, and your cool Lockie Hugo Kelly will come in and aim for a second.
Kelly waltzes in. He's been a shining light for PAC, and he misses. So that is a 2-6 plays 5-7 scoreline. It's a margin of 19 points. Early stages here, third quarter.
Kicking in will be the good ball user of Ted Newman. He's got skipper Ed Allen out to that broadcast side, but he ignores him. He goes long down our trailer from filming footy. Has good intercept mark there by Craig Pitt. And not 20. Oh, yes, it is 25. It's been turned over. So it's been reversed. And Ed Weeks, the guy who was just limping, now seems perfectly fine. As we're right behind this kick. Punt to the left. And can't be marked. McGill travels downfield and handballed out. Bedford but rummaging through. Bromley outside. Edward Allen with a good intercept mark. He's had a heavy impact this game for the Spockos like he did last week. So he's going to take his time, going to get called to move it on. Outside to Ed Weeks. He's taken about 3 marks and 3 kicks in the space of 3 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been enthralling so far as Weeks. Weeks decides to go out towards the pocket there. Ball might work its way out for Bedford. Bedford was dumped. And he lost the footy as well because that one was holding the ball. Schmidt, the goal sneak from the last time they were here against Ross Trevor, PAC. Ended up with a goal, his first and only of the season. Ball now, little tunnel ball, might have worked out there. Nelligan's back on the ground, interesting to see that. Kick then sent up towards the forward 50. Big fist came from Schmidt, and Schmidt made sure it went over the boundary line.
And yeah, Nelligan on the ground, like you said, Lockie, that's an interesting decision. I thought he broke his nose there, possibly, and now you just said he's back on the ground, so I'll take your word for it, and it's going to be thrown into this pocket, and he certainly is back on the ground, as I can see him right there. And it's just going to be a hat kick away, bouncing footy, Allen the skipper, inside, no one can mark, Smith's in the contest, he can take it, McKinnon, his kick smothered, lots of smothers today, calamity of errors. It's gone forward, Randall's under it with a big convincing spoil. Ewan gets tackled by Kelly. McHenry out. Weeks spinning out. He still has an arm free. That's going to be holding the ball. Well, at least for me it is, and this certainly is. So, Prince Alfred Old Collegians, they're looking to gain momentum. 19-point lead, the same as it has been at both breaks. Now we've got perfect vision of this contest. A little hobble there from Ianello as we thrown in down to this Ladies' Day broadcast. And as we are 7.5 minutes into this third term, the premiership quarter, as the slowing's definitely slowed down since the rain. Thrown in, Neil with a big punch and tapped down now, back to ground level. Outside, chasing McHenry and just like thrown on the ground there from Scotty Bedford, the guy who rummages out of the middle every single stoppage. And we'll have a throw in right to this broadcast side as we can see our trailer in the background.
Ball about to come back into play. And Neil doing the ruck work there against Stuart Rattray. Slade put it inside forward 50. Oh, falling very quickly to one side. Wasn't able to quite grab it then. Still trying to come charging through here at PAC. Garrels, the danger man, he was wrapped up. He's been relatively onside in the first quarter, then kicked that big goal in the second. Kind of started the engine of PAC. Well, then trying to work its way back through. No one able to really grab it cleanly. If they are, they're under a world of pressure. Edward Allen that time has to flick the footy back.
And good tackles there by McGowan and Garrels. Thrown up. Kelly tapped down. That's got to be holding the ball. No, play on. He got it out. Running outside was Archie Perks. In the goal square, Rundle acting like a goalkeeper in that one. In soccer terms, is Archie Perks slow to get up, but now he's eventually up. And Rundle goes long out to the far side. And punched by Reeders. Smart punch. Down to McGill. De Cesare, little handball to himself. Oh, God, that's clever. He's on. He's going, he should have taken a bounce there, but no. Nelligan! Oh, this will be a fairy tale story. Probably broke his nose and got a concussion, and now he's back on the ground and lining up for a goal.
Yeah, I mean, it would be really, really good. Obviously, he had that heavy contact. And if he's able to kick this goal, it would be absolutely fantastic. Rain's starting to fall a little bit again, so just on Rain Watch 2025 down here at Park 9. And it is going to be Nelligan with the kick.
Henry Nelligan. What a goal this could be. 50 out. How does it look? Online, but punched over by the tall man, Will Schmidt. He's got his nose taped up. Henry Nelligan, as Prince Alfred won't take any time with the kick in. And now to the advantage of Ianello. Ianello long into a one-on-one. Open man. That was McInnes. Bowden couldn't chase him down. And now they can go out to the advantage of McHenry, but tapped over and run out by Charlie Allen.
Yeah, Allen ran it over. He's going to be thrown back into play here. Allen, of course, had a great game last week. Came off the 18 disposals. And as I've already mentioned, took that great mark as well. If you haven't seen that, go back and watch last week's game. And have a look at that. It happened early stages first quarter. Ball then rolls back. There is Edward Allen. He's high, long, clearing football. Comes down, Bedford. He was involved again, working it towards the boundary line. And it goes out via Nick Michaels, who's been in dangerous goal-kicking form all season across the first 4 rounds of the competition. Picked up by the umpire, and we're about to have this one thrown back into play. Everyone waits. Ball tossed back in. Tapped back, and then that one's going to be balled back up. Bedford there laid the tackle and stopped Prince Alfred before they could get away. Up we go. Allen. Sorry, no, it was Neil who slapped it down. Then Bedford. Again, the ball's in a little bit of congestion. Rolls towards the back of the pack, and Singleton was waiting, and here they go.
And marked by Winston McGowan. Where's he going to go? Takes a few stutter steps, and intercepted by McKinnon on that wet footy. And he goes central into the corridor. McGill with a nice mark. Chasing him was Mitchell Dean, who hasn't had an impact on this game. Only got a few touches so far. Scott Bedford, a convincing punch there. And Schmidt gains possession. Bouncing footy. Tapped down. McInnes. And now who's there? Prince Alfred advance inside 50. Specky attempt. Rundle. He's been influential down in the back line for the Spockos. And he goes outside to McGill. Near the Kieran Hioketsu scoreboard. And where's he going to head? He's with some fans in the background as he heads down right in front of us. And Specky attempt there. Didn't come down with it. It's handballed out. Nick Michaels to the advantage of Bedford. He gets wrapped up. Now who can go? Just bombed out down to this trailer side. And Rundle again using his body, but this time giving away a free kick. Patrick Gattenby has McHenry out on the true wing. And it's a 4-on-1. And Prince Alfred still throwing away a window. But now Weeks. He just can't grab it. Garrels using his body. And that should be 25, I'd say. And it certainly is. Joshua Garrels will line up for his second to be the first multiple goal scorer.
Yeah, it was a punch to the throat then, so that's what the 25's for, but in the contest as well, it won himself a free kick, so marching pretty quickly across, and he's going to kick basically a very, very simple goal, and I think he'll become the game's first multiple goal kicker today.
Certainly will be. Off one step, very confident with that one, and so he should be. He nails the first of the quarter for Prince Alfred, and it's only 14 points. Man, we have a game on our hands on the Dartfish replay. Just watch this, easy stroll in for Garrels, and he gets his second of the game. The first multiple goal scorer just off a step, super confident with that one. If he missed, oh God, the fans would have gone off. As we see, the score is added on the Kieran Hioketsu scoreboard. Hello, yes. As with the bounce, you'll be with Lockie Gould.
Yeah, 3-6-24 plays 5-8-38. Margin of 14, as Alex said, and you can just hear the heartbeat return to Prince Alfred. They were looking a little bit adrift, but that one straightens the ship for them. Ball up. And one's up, and that's going to be a nice mark taken by Allen there. Was able to work his opponent out of the contest. Ball then flicked back across. Oh, that one, there was a heavy collision coming, but here goes McGill. McGill comes charging forward, gives it across. Shot on goal coming, and that is a behind it. It came off the boot of James Higgins there. And it works its way across. Behind then, given it, it is now 5-9 plays 3-6.
And it could have been marked there as Hayden Jolly, the big man, with possession. Ned McHenry, the play coach, looking to come on. He wants to get himself on so he can make an impact on this game. Jolly goes across. And now Prince Alfred have advantage and momentum. So you go long down to this broadcast side. Who's there? Neil's around it. The skipper Allen goes inside. Nelligans now. Oh, what a mark there by Jimmy Higgins. He nearly could have kicked on before, but it was nearly marked on the line. I reckon it was by Benjamin Ainello. And he goes short to Maliki Carruthers.
Yeah, it was excellent entry inside forward 50 there, and Carruthers has found himself the football. It was very unselfish as well from Higgins to just kind of line that one up and say, look, I could have made the distance, but I had a player that was in a better position than I was.
Absolutely, Lockie, as Malachi Carruthers struts in, looking right off the boot, but it drifts right just to the right of that post as St. Peter's continue their bad accuracy. As this year, the accuracy has not been good. 46 goals to 64 behinds. So Cameron Pritchard will take this one in as it's 5-10-40 to 3-6-24.
Rain falling again here. Well, that does make it heavy underfoot, and the ball gets more slippery. Doesn't help the players at all, especially when you're chasing the game. McHenry was waiting down. He then kicked it forward. Great work there. Allen ends up with the ball. He then turns, puts it out towards his leading forward, and that is taken really well to Cesare. Turns around pretty quickly. Thought about it and then decided not to. So he unloads. High towards the goal square, needs a mark, ball falls down, dangerous waiting at the back, here's Ionello, he might have to go and get it again, and that one is, just running out of room there. That one's ended up over the boundary line. It's going to be thrown back into play here, Alex.
As they could have scored one there, and the ball mustn't be that slippery. Edward Allen's taking some absolute screamer marks. He's taking about 6 intercept ones today, as little soccer forward by Reed, hasn't kicked one yet. And clearing out is Prince Alfred. Charlie Allen could have kicked one there. And Seals on the ball as... Is it still in? No, it's not. And it will be a throw-in. 17 minutes into this premiership quarter. Can Prince Alfred get 1 or 2 more before the break? Because this will be a very close one. And if it is, we'll have a game on our hands. Fraser Bone taps down. And now can they clear Prince Alfred? No. They just gain possession but can't do anything with it. And Will Schmidt's around it. Neil picks it up and just barges out of there. Bit of a banana on the boot. And got out there was Gattenby. Seals inside Kelly. He's gotten wrapped up by a hard tackle. And it's not holding the ball. It certainly is. Lockie de Cesare has had a huge impact for this Spocco team.
Yeah, Cesare is just starting to get himself involved, and he has had that impact, as you mentioned, coming off a game last week that saw him have 16 disposals. Ball then out towards the outer side. That's in the hands of Bedford. So, the line it goes. Punched away at the last second. Ball on hands and knees. Waiting at the back of the pack to get that forward was McGowan. And that one has gone over and out. Big fist came through. It's cleared nicely. We're thrown back into play here. It's just trapped a little bit on that outer side wing. And we are back underway again. Tap down, Neil, and that one's going to be a free kick. Advantage is the call, and they are away. McGill, he found the football. Turned around, fisted away. Little soccer from de Cesare. He was trying to get it forward. A great tackle there. And it's going to be balled up. Umpire says that one's going to be mine.
And thrown up. Well, we'll be about to be thrown up. And Neil and Bone. Bone wins it. Bedford tie variety. Nelligan gets it on his left boot. Right to the advantage of Prince Alfred. And they will look to clear out. So they'll go forward through Bromley. Bromley into Neil, juggling, can't mark it after about 4 attempts. He finds it back though, looks to be hurt, and is. His left hamstring looks to be, hopefully it's not a tear there. All the best for him if he is in serious injury. As he is hobbling on that left leg, as you can see down there on the field. Stuart Rattray, Neil tries to go in, but just hurts himself even more. And down McInnes, handballs out, who's there? McHenry, over the top, should have just got himself there. And Garrels has it again. And 20 minutes gone, heading into time on of this ball game in the premiership quarter. Can Prince Alfred spark something? Maybe they can. It's a scrappy ball, and it's tackled. Iron yellow, and no reward for either team. So it'll be ball thrown up.
Well, if they're going to do it, they're going to be without their ruckman here for at least the rest of this quarter. He's come hobbling off, looking in a bad shape at the minute. Ball then falls down, trying to collect it, working their way through the back of the pack. Almost collected there by Schmidt. Ball rolls out. And that's going to be a free kick. It's going to be a high challenge. Advantage goal. Here we go. Prince Alfred get one. No, behind. He's missed. They move to 3-7. Spock 5-10. And it's going to be a kick in here for Newman.
Ted Newman taking all the kick-ins for St. Peter's. As if Garrels didn't pay that advantage, or if he just kicked more accurate, he would have gotten that third for him, or a 9-point. It would have been a 10-point margin for the Spocko. For the Spockos. So Ted Newman taking his time as the Bundy's Road end. And our cars nearly got shot in that picture as Ted Newman plays on out to this broadcast side. Must have found a lead. No. Bedford punches. Is the advantage. And now they can go forward through Mitchell Dean. Right into the hands of Belperio. Tried to milk a 25-metre free. He plays on and goes fast. He found a man, and that's why McInnes is chasing McGill. The two number 9s, one big, one small. And the small comes out on top. Malachi Carruthers. He's already got one. And he goes inboard. Charlie Allen, the half-backman. So he'll calm it down. Goes short, not inside 50. And now Stuart Rattray won the Archies last week in round 4 versus Glenunga. As we'll go forward down the line. Who's in there? No mark. Ball goes down to ground level and it will be out of bounds. Not favouring St. Peter's. It will be right next to their goals. They'll be about 20 from home after this throw in. So getting strapped up there. And that will be Prince Alfred play, that's for sure. And tap down to Cesare. And they come out on top, Prince Alfred. Even with 2 men injured on the bench. They go down the line. And this is Seals. Seals. Got to look for someone. They're in the time on. Right out to this trailer end. And in front, McHenry tapping down using his skills. He's got a clever skill set. And it'll be thrown up for Garrels' pick-up.
Ball there to be thrown back up here inside the forward 50. A moment of magic potentially needed. Ball slapped down. Allen had other ideas as he just sends it up the line. Ball now working its way towards and out of hands, and here they go. Ian Ello wanted the boundary line and he got there. And he got paying for deliberate as well, which is probably fair enough. Kelly's going to end up with the football. He's going to turn and look back towards the right-hand side of screen. Decides to go across the ground into a dangerous area, and he needed Pritchard to be strong. He wasn't. He had backup, though. That one's going to be holding the ball. Advantage is called. Here we go. They're going to go inside from Nelligan. Nelligan flicks it over the top. He's got Carruthers. Carruthers has got a paddock at Park 9. He might just set sail for home. He does, and kicks a magical goal. What a finish.
That could be a snag of the day contender brought to you by Born to Build, and he's definitely on track to win that one as we look on the Dartfish replay at a paddock of space down here at Bundy's paddock, and just launched it off of his right boot and gone for a little fake knee slide there, Patrick Singleton trying to spoil up, but did not work out as Jordan Neal doesn't look in good shape on that left leg. So it'll be questionable to return for this game as they got all the trainers trying to work on him, trying to get him back into this important game with 24.5 minutes in.
It was Archie Perks before that we saw getting some strapping done on the bench there, Alex. So there we go. Just something to keep in mind. So a couple of players with a potential question mark on them.
And Stuart Rattray tries to retreat. Bedford to his brother. Scott to tie. And Stuart Rattray wins it back. Just hack kicks it out of there. Being held was McKinnon. He didn't get it free, but gains the ball anyways. Oh, what a goal this could be if something happens. It's a bouncing ball. Oh, my Lord! He has kicked that from 55. Jesse McKinnon! And it's on the siren as well. McKinnon gives him a 27-point lead. He's kicked it from around 55 out. And maybe scrap what I said about Carruthers' snag of the day goal. What about McKinnon's?
Yeah, what about McKinnon's? Those two, that could be a straight shootout for the Bianco Magic moment. Three-quarter time here, 3-7-25. It's Prince Alfred, but they trail St. Peter's. 2 late goals there, 7-10-52. St. Peter's in pole position. Will Prince Alfred guide back? You'll have to stay tuned to find out.
Get a quick and easy low-rate car loan from Police Credit Union today.
New 氷結 Vodka, soda, and frozen natural fruit juice. Hello, yes.
We've been housemates for, what, nearly 4 years?
Yep. Basically, since I started my uni degree and you got your apprenticeship.
It's been really good. Like, it's the little things, you know? Like, one of us is always around to house it when the other goes on holiday. And one of us is always ready to help the other out of jam.
I don't know. Yeah, happen again. It's usually me. My HEC stat doesn't leave a lot of room for holidays or working transportation or food. But it's worth all the debt, right?
No.
But what about your debt?
Debt isn't a problem for me. I get paid to learn.
You belong in blue. Apply for a career with South Australia Police.
Here we are back at Park 9. It is 3-7-25. Plays St. Peter's 7-10-52. It has been some game of football so far, and these two teams have been absolute hell for leather. Here we are in the St. Peter's huddle.
I wanted your feedback, I wanted your input into what we would commit to. What did you guys think about that quarter? Speak up. What?
That's good.
Boys, I thought our contest was pretty good. Yeah. Clearance numbers are great. Inside 50s are pretty even. Unfortunately, we just let ourselves down in those last couple of minutes. So we come in here a tiny bit deflated, right? Fuck that. Fuck that. I promise you, you've worked way too hard in this arm wrestle with your fight to then let yourself down in this last quarter. All right, this game is right here. Now, we're going to change a couple of things which really excites me, all right? We're going to do a bullet. So, Slater, you're going to start behind at centre bounce. What does that create, boys? We're going to fucking swarm them. We're going to swarm them, all right? Let's try and win this game. Let's not try and lose it by 2 goals. So, with our post kicks, if we can kick to the corridor or we can kick to some greenery or some space, let's fucking do it. The other thing, boys, forward to centre when we're entering, let's not kick to them, right? I know that sounds fucking stupid and juvenile. Let's kick it to grass. Because when it is on the grass, we look fucking excellent. All right? We convert those couple Gazwood.
There we go. A very, very, very animated Ned McHenry. So that's very interesting to have a listen to. Swarming forward. And we do, again, apologise for the language, but it's interesting to listen to the way the coaches communicate.
Yeah, unfortunately, can't help the language that players speak. They try to coach their game, but unfortunately, some language slips out. So it's not the best, but we can move on from that 100%. As St. Peter's, they'll just look to be calm and ready to attempt to hold this lead in the last quarter as all the fans come off the field, mainly Prince Alfred fans, as if they come back, this could be one for the ages in a rivalry. St. Peter's haven't won one of our last 3, so they'll be looking to go 4-1 on this game and possibly head to top spot depending on how the Glenunga versus Sacred Heart game is going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Could you imagine if someone had said in pre-season that after 5 rounds we'd have St. Peter's top, you'd look at them a little bit sideways. Like, what do you mean? They just finished 8th last year, and now all of a sudden they're looking like one of the premier teams in the competition. Mike O'Leary has done a brilliant job over the off-season. He's reaping the rewards right now, but there's still a quarter of the game to go, and of course, what happens at Webb Oval will decide who ends round 5 in top spot. We're about to get going, although there's a bit of conversation just happening as the sun starts to shine, the heavens open up, and we've got one last quarter of footy to go here, Alex.
St. Peter's have been battling relegation for 2 years in a row, and they get the first hit out of the quarter going the way of Stuart Rattray and his team. He won the Archies last week, and Neil's back on the ground. That's promising for Prince Alfred. And can they get a clearance? No. McKinnon kicks out, bouncing footy to Nelligan is number 53 to number 54. Michaels gets taken without the footy. They pay advantage, and they could have had a good one there, but no, it's going to be called back. Nick Michaels definitely hasn't kicked 4 and probably won't now for my prediction, but he goes forward. Ty Bedford, no mark. And he tried to play for it, but he's got ripped out of his hands by Schmidt. Oh, that's one for the ages, and it's punched by Belperio as he punches out. God, that was funny. Schmidt just wrapped it out of Bedford's hands, and because he thought it was a mark, but no whistle was gone, and he just grabs it out and then paid the advantage to himself, basically. And now it's going to be a throw-in. Neil and Stuart Rattray. Stuart Rattray taps down and gets his own hit out. Hit out to advantage, hit out to himself. And now this will be Craig Pitt, the ex-coach. He'll go long down the line. Good mark there by Seals. What can Seals do? They're going to have to go fast, and when teams play fast, they tend to play better. So now it's Archie Perks. But Edward Allen clears it out. Bouncing footy. Schmidt has the lead. And tap down to Cesare. Still on the footy. Uses his candy. Schmidt just wraps him up. But Bedford with a good mark with the footy in front of him. On the mark there is Tom Sumner, the skipper. Hasn't had much of an impact. And don't tell me he's gone for a shot. Because if he does, got to have 3 contenders for the snag of the day. This goes long into the goal square. Michaels is around it. So is Bedford. Scott Variety. He goes around it backwards. Nelligan. He also goes backwards. Michaels also goes backwards. Got a backwards handball train. And now Prince Alfred gain possession. Kick out by Pitt. Right to his team's advantage. This is Thomas Seals. What can he do? He goes short over the top to Singleton. Singleton goes fast. Pitt. He won't take a bounce, but he'll just go long inside 50. Not inside 50, but a 1-on-1. McHenry using the fend off. Still goes back. Who's in there? And a 1-on-1 contest. No one can mark it. Belperio gets pushed in the back, but nothing is paid. And slammed to the ground. And it is a free kick. Garrels is furious about that one as Edward Weeks earns himself a free kick. And he thought there was a bit of blood, but can't see any.
Ball now at the back with St. Peter's. Turns very quickly, Weeks. Then flicks it back across. And still they take some time on that outer side. St. Peter's, well, they've got this game in cruise control at the minute, so they don't really have to rush or do a whole lot of anything. Ball out down towards McKinnon. He kicked that ripping goal at the end of the third quarter. Was about to be thrown back in here. So we wait and plenty around this one. Ball now coming back in true centre wing position. Neil back out there again. So that's good to see. He was in a little bit of discomfort at the end of the third quarter. So he's back out there. It's going to be a free kick and it is going to go the way. It's going to be a ball up.
And Prince Alfred, they'll have to top their goals that they've already scored this game as De Cesare clears out. Who's there? Bouncing ball. Jimmy Higgins trips over his own feet. Jumping over it was Bromley, and he handles it out of bounds, so that will be a Nelligan free kick. He plays on fast, using this right boot of his, down into the pocket. Reed hasn't kicked on today. Bouncing ball, Sumner takes it out of bounds happily. And as I mentioned just previously, Prince Alfred have to make 4 goals. Sorry, 5. And they've only got 3 so far, so not looking promising for them. And St. Peter's might snag another win to go 4-1 on the season. And the heavy favourites still right now. Tapped down by Reed. Who's there? Coming. Holding the footy. Pritchard says, no, thank you. I will take one for myself. So Cam Pritchard, he'll go long into the corridor. And a free kick. Free kick to Ben McGill. He goes fast. Out to the side. Nick Michaels. No. Schmidt bounces off his chest. Wrapped high was to Cesare. Can't get it out. And it's going to be a ball up 5 minutes into this last term.
Ball about to go up. Nearly slapped back. Here we go. Nelligan was trying to work his way through. Stopped momentarily by Jolly. Schmidt was there. Schmidt then turns. Sends a wobbling one up the line. Big mark taken. Turning and twisting pretty quickly. Gatenbury looks and then decides this near wing is where he'll go. Ball then punched across, getting towards the boundary line, going over the boundary line. And we're going to have this one thrown back into play.
5 minutes and 40 seconds gone. So got a good 20 minutes left. Plenty of time for Prince Alfred to spark something out of their sleeves through Ned McHenry, the star player and star coach. Out Stuart Rattray. Handballs. Neil picks it up. Probably might have prior opportunity. No, so it'll be a throw up. Neil is back on the ground, so he should be okay after that left leg incident. He gets back in the contest, taps it down. Prince Alfred have the advantage. McHenry, Ned McHenry, long ball, punched. And Edward Weeks, he's around the contest and it doesn't get it. Still rolling, and Hugo Kelly, the vice skipper, will be happy to take that one out. And we are 6.5 minutes into this term. 7:10:52. Spockos playing Prince Alfred. 3:7:25. Throw in up the top. Stuart Rattray down. Oh, banana off the entire outside of the boot, and it's going to be behind. And now Prince Alfred will have to double their score to beat the Spockos.
Yeah, they will. They're going to have to move pretty quickly here, Prince Alfred. Inaccuracies cost both teams. Prince Alfred definitely more so. 3-8. So, and only hitting 3 out of their 11 shots there. Spock have converted 7 of their 17. So neither team travelling at over 50% in terms of accuracy there. It's quite disastrous on the scoreboard, but that is... You can blame the weather conditions a little bit there as well. Ball out towards the outer side. The near side, sorry. Ball then followed through. Here we go. Spock starting to run. Bedford ended up on hands and knees. Trying to get his brother involved as well. And that one's going to be wrapped up and going to be a throw-up. Umpire getting involved. Again, asserting his dominance on the contest. Neil. And the footy works its way forward. Ball sits okay. It's a great tackle as well. Nearly stops Michaels. At the back, though, Sumner's winning it, but he's got Reed all over him. He wanted the boundary line, and the umpire said holding the ball. Let's see what he can do here, Reed. He's an impressive player.
Hasn't kicked one today. He'll be eager for it, and this might just be the knockout blow if he gets it.
So they've got 3.5 nails in the coffin. This would be the 4th. They just need one more hammer blow. Reed, can he provide it? Kick is on its way. It's twisting. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And that is some kind of goal from Reed. And it should be now St. Peter's Day. They're 8-10-58. And Prince Alfred are 3-8-26.
Well, 4 goal of the day contenders in a row. What are we going to do? Well, Johnny Reed, he looks like the favourite to win it right now on the Dartfish replay. Oh, the team got around him for that one, and he was hot. Obviously, the 28 goals last year for the Spockos, and now they're doing well, and they've hit the Kieran Hioketsu scoreboard. Hello, yes. As 9 minutes gone, and St. Peter's, they look like the front runners, and they are. So they only got to hold the lead for another 15 minutes. And St. Peter's will have to kick, Prince Alfred will have to kick another 5 to 6 goals. Bouncing ball. Neil gets it back. And it's going to be marked by Nick McGill. No. Jolly going to chase him down. And he says, no, get out of my way. Will Schmidt can't do anything. McKinnon out. McKinnon will just burst out of the pack. Who's there in Ainello? It's a bouncing footy. Bromley. That's got to be holding the ball. No. De Cesare has it. Handballed out by Singleton. Back outside. Bromley. He barges through the pack. And it'll be a ball up, and the fans are going wild down here at Park 9, North Adelaide. And another throw up. Stuart Ratcho with a convincing tap down to his advantage. Then Schmidt handballs it out. Pritchard. What can he do now? He goes in the corridor. And another intercept marked by Ed Allen. God, he's had an impact on this game. Maybe leading the Archie Stongs right now. Outside to Malachi Carruthers. Will he line up for his third? Will he go for a pass? We'll find out shortly.
Yeah, he's been good today. Carruthers, his second half's been really, really good there from Malachi. So let's see what he's able to do.
Malachi Carruthers, for his third of the game, playing alongside his brother Fergus. He goes short to the advantage of Nelligan. It went off with a possibly broken nose earlier in the game and came back on in that third quarter and nearly kicked the goal. But now he will line up for his first. He had 2 in the game last week against Glenunga, where they got a convincing 38-point win, and they might get one very similar in this game. This to make it a 38-point margin. And he passes short and to the advantage of De Cesare, and they're just milking the clock now.
Well, I don't know whether or not they're moving the clock, Alex, or whether or not they're just trying to get a better shot at goal here. Obviously, 11 minutes into the quarter. It'd be a bold strategy to milk the clock from here.
Yeah, but it could definitely help the Spockos. But as you said, yes, they could just be trying to get it in a bit better field position. And advantage, St. Peter's. Lockie De Cesare. What can he do now? He's going to stroll in. He'll kick it from about 45. Doesn't look that bad off the boot. And it's not! St. Peter's, 38-point margin. And that was the 5th nail in the coffin. And that's the knockout blow.
Yeah, absolutely. They have got that all wrapped up there. Absolute brilliant kick there. De Cesare becomes one of 2 multiple goal kickers on the ground with Garrels as well. And they've got this one pretty much wrapped up. That was a lovely replay on the Dartfish as well. Let's go back to the centre. Kieran Hayoketsu scoreboard. Of course, now showing a margin that is well out of reach of Prince Alfred. It hasn't been their day today, but St. Peter's, they have been really good. They've been good for their win. They deserve it.
My tip was right.
Your tip was right. I was wrong. I'll live and regret that, and I'm sure I'll hear about it tomorrow morning with the great Tommy Javor on Between the Posts. And that one's going to end up at the hands of Jolly.
Hayden Jolly looking in, outboard. No one can mark it. Belperio outside. He's had a good one today. He goes in the corridor to McKinnon and gets it back. He's going to go on a run. He should have taken a bounce in my opinion, but no. Goes forward. Bouncing ball. Ainello's there. He gets tackled high. Not paid. And it's going to be a ball up in the Spockos forward 50. Halfway through the term. As in the ruck, it will be Bone and Neil. Bone taps down. Who's there? Bromley will bat it out. And it's going to go. Hugo Kelly's around it. He picks it up. Handballs it out to Garrels. He can't pick it up though. Slade's in it. He gets tackled. Grabs it out there with Garrels. And Garrels also gets tackled. And it'll be another throw up in the centre square. The umpire will just quickly throw it up. Bone and Neil again. Bone just grabs it out of the ruck convincingly. And Bromley's under it, so is Higgins. Higgins wins it and now claims possession. And who's under it? Ainello is. And another tackle there from Tom Bromley on James Higgins.
Ball about to go up. just about in the centre square. Umpire quickly emerges with the football, and we are up. Here we go. Bone and Neil doing the ruck work. Neil then slaps it back. Had Perks there. Perks then flipped it across. Ianello. Did he? Well, he lost the footy. That came tumbling out. Perks tried to grab the ball, and he did now. Fired back. Pritchard. Jolly decides to go inside forward 50. At the back, Kelly wasn't able to take it. There's a whistle that's gone. It might have been front on contact. And Hugo Kelly, who I thought's presented well today, is going to have an opportunity to line up for his second of the day.
Hugo Kelly lining up for his second to be one of 5 multiple goal kickers. He's not going to waste any time. Straight down the middle. That's an easy goal for Hugo Kelly, as he gets a second for himself, and they only have 2 goal kickers, Prince Alfred, Garrels and Kelly, and as their leading goal kickers this year, Craig Pitt and James Bentley. James Bentley not playing today, Craig Pitt playing in the back line, and they're equal 7th leading goal kicker, and they have 8 goals, first for the team. Will Schmidt probably will increase his best player vote amount from 3 to possibly 4. And he's also got a goal on the season as well. Ned McHenry's had a great game today, the ex-Adelaide Crow. As now we will have a throw-up. It'll be Bone and Neil once again. They're resting Stuart Rattray, who won the Archies last week. So Neil go up first and tap it down. Bone doesn't contest, and it might have worked out for the best. James Higgins outside. McKinnon gets the lead on Schmidt. So McKinnon, Bedford's there, can't mark it, falls to the back. Pritchard bombs it out, and it'll go to the advantage of McKinnon again. It goes inside. Who's there? Johnny Reid is there, I can tell you that. And Johnny Reid will line up for his second of the quarter. He might have just snagged the goal of the day before, and will line up for his second of the quarter and second for the game to get it back out to a 38-point margin. It could be 2 38-point wins in a row for St. Peter's.
Yeah, they've been really, really good here, St. Peter's. Johnny Reid's really coming to his own in this last quarter, and if he extends the margin again, they'll be absolutely happy at St. Peter's. See what he can do there, Alex.
And he doesn't look that bad off the boot, and it certainly isn't. He gets a goal, and St. Peter's have kicked 5 on the trot without it behind. They were 5-10 before at half time. They went to 7-10 at 3/4 time, and now they're 10-10 on the Dartfish replay. Johnny Reid slots that one on the backwards lean, and it is 70-32. St. Peter's will run away with this game on the Kieran Hiaketu scoreboard. 4-8-32 PAC to 10-10-70. And this game will be possibly a blowout, most likely, heading the way of St. Peter's, as we will have a throw up. Bone and Neil. Bone wins it. Who's going to clear? We'll find that out. And it will be Jolly. No. Clearing McGill. No one can properly clear it. Pritchard gets a handball out. And back out to Ianello. Jack Variety. Outside. Bouncing footy. McGowan had that kick before. McHenry chasing onto it. He uses his soccer skills. Edward Allen, the skipper. He's had a wonderful game today. He gets forces to drag it in. And it'll be out of bounds. 18 minutes gone in this quarter. As we get the camera set back up down here.
Yeah, ball about to come back in. And ball is back away. Long, high clearing kick out. Should be collected there by Slade. And that is going to be a free kick going the way of, well, Lockie de Cesare.
Lockie de Cesare. He's had a wonderful one today. One for the ages, and he's kicked 2. And he'll go back to Edward Weeks, who'll go even further. Out to Tom Rundle. We're about to get into time on the Bundy's Road end. And he goes backwards to Weeks. And Weeks is going to slow it down. He's saying, come to me, I need options. And he just goes short, back out to Ed Allen. He's got Carruthers as an option, but ignores him. He goes back out to the far side. Charlie Allen can't bring it down, and it'll be a throw in. 19 and a quarter minutes gone.
Don't go anywhere, of course. We've got lots coming up in our post-game show as well. And, of course, in terms of who me and Alex decide the best star, we'll take the advice from anybody who's willing to give it. But we'll make sure we get a 3-2-1 out. You guys can find out about that on Between the Posts. Coming through, little bit of class. And Perks has missed. No, he's missed. Hit the post. There we go. So that one ends up becoming 4-9-33. Spock 10-10-70. He came gliding through there. Perks thought it was going to go his way, but it just didn't quite end up.
Certainly, as the accuracy of Prince Alfred has let them down today, as they've missed a few easy ones, but nevertheless, Ted Newman staying in that far side, which is where they've attacked from all day. The Spockos tap down Jolly, handles down the back, Bone rummaging through, and that will be a free kick to Hayden Jolly. What can he do, the big man? He might go short, he might go for goals. We know he's got a thumping leg on him. As 20.5 minutes gone, he just absolutely launches off his rocket leg. And still in play. Hugo Kelly now out of play, and it'll be a throw in.
And he's going to be balled back into play here. Waiting now. Ball fired back into play. It's going to be ripped out of the ruck. Kelly got a shot away, and it was touched. So that one is now 4-10, plays 10-10. It's an even margin of 6 goals, but a bridge that is too far to cross, you'd think, Alex.
Absolutely. 21 minutes gone. There is no shot that Prince Alfred can come back. It's not like the Miracle on Grass will retake down here at Park 9. And kicking out will be Tom Rundle. He'll go out to this broadcast side. And punch out there by Jack Ainello, which Prince Alfred, they've put up a good fight, but St. Peter's just too good for them. So there couldn't be long left in this game. And we'll go throw back in, down to the two rucks, Stuart Rattray, Neil. And no one can win it. Carruthers had possession, and he just re-gets the tackle back to his opponent of number 12, Winston McGowan.
Ball about to go back up. Punched out. No one really able to grab the footy at the minute. It's just bouncing around a little bit like a pinball machine out there. And that one's going to be thrown back to the umpire. We're going to have a ball up. Ball goes up. And again, it's in a little bit of congestion. Ainella just threw a foot at it. It might still work out. Singleton, inside forward 50. Prince Alfred are pressing, but it's going to be too little too late. That's an excellent intercept mark taken as well. They turn very quickly and flick it across into the back pocket. Now they are in the hands there of Higgins. Higgins takes his time, looking up the line, not sure where he wants to go there, Alex.
So James Higgins, what can he do with this ball? As he goes down the line, Stuart Rattray's under it, can't win it, no one certainly does. And running out of there was Garrels, still has the footy, and tackled by Bedford, Ty Variety. And the Bedford brothers, they've been doing some stuff today, and it's been outstanding as Neil taps down. And Carruthers, the Malachy variety this time. They're playing a bit of soccer. Ben Belperio outside. And marked by Ned McHenry. He can kick this. We've seen him in the AFL. As goes short instead. And oh my God, Hugo Kelly has dropped it. And calamity of errors there for Prince Alfred. And now they're going to attack the Spockos. Down the line, De Cesare and Bedford for St. Peter's in attack. De Cesare had a wonderful one today. Outside, Malachy Carruthers, Nick Michaels, no! Gets a tackle on the end, and he gets it out. The umpire took a long time to blow the whistle, and it's a free kick going the way of St. Peter's, Ty Bedford, to get it out to a 42.7 goal margin. 24 minutes gone, and Ty Bedford will look to slot his first of the game. And St. Peter's will advance to 4-1. And their accuracy now, they move up to 56-74 and make it 57-74 on the season. Ty Bedford gets another goal to add to the tally. And the Spockos have racked up 11 as we'll go through the goal scorers. Ty Bedford, Nick Michaels and Benjamin Ianello with 1 each. And then with 2, Malachi Carruthers, Johnny Reid, Lockie De Cesare and Jesse McKinnon with 2. And then for Prince Alfred, Hugo Kelly and Joshua Garrels with 2 each as well. And St. Peter's, they might move up to first, they might move up to second. Who knows? And Nick Michaels now has 10 on the season. 10 goals on the season, I should say. And it's going to be thrown back up. Neil and Stuart Rattray. Neil wins it. Jolly gets the clearance. They go inside 50. Who's under it? Ed Weeks is there and gets tackled by McInnes. So Prince Alfred looking to increase their percentage after a big loss coming in today, and St. Peter's looking to improve it. So big tap out from Ianello. And now Garrels, handball, and tackle there by Scott Bedford on the vice captain, Hugo Kelly. It's 26 minute mark about to go. Tapped down by Kelly. And now Prince Alfred still have advantage. Marked there by the hands of Teddy Newman. He's had a great game down back. He's been solid in the defence. And now Ed Weeks. What can he do? He'll go short to Tom Rundle. And Tom Rundle, he also goes short to Stuart Rattray. The big ruckman hasn't as good of a game as he did last week. But Scott Bedford takes a mark and they're just going for a short kick. Mark Train. And Scott Bedford will go long down the line, looks to be. Yes, he certainly does, out to this broadcast side. Who's under it? Nick Michaels can get a run and jump. Singleton will clear, but it's smothered. De Cesare off the ground. And now they can go. Ianello! No. Against his old club. Schmidt out. Outside. And is holding the ball. It certainly is. They'll pay advantage. Benjamin Ianello gets a goal. And no, they won't pay the advantage. Or will they? As Ianello just gives his brother a little pat on the back. After that, not goal there quite, but it'll go back to Ty Bedford. And there's the siren. St. Peter's come away with a win. And right now, the lead is the 32. And it could be back-to-back 38-point margins. As they had a 14-14, 98 to 10 straight 60 win over Glenunga last week. Ty Bedford, quarter finish with 27.5 minutes to go. The brothers, the Ianello brothers, give him a hug, and Ty Bedford slots his second of the quarter. And the Bedford brothers have linked up amazingly today. And St. Peter's come away with a win. 12-10-82 to 5-4-34. And we'll go through the goal kickers once again. Hugo Kelly and Joshua Garrels with 2 each for Prince Alfred. And for St. Peter's, Ty Bedford, Malachi Carruthers, Johnny Reid, Lockie De Cesare and Jesse McKinnon with 2 each. Nick Michaels and Benjamin Ianello for 1. And St. Peter's improved to 4-1. 4-1. And Prince Alfred downgrade to 2-3 on the season. And Prince Alfred, they've suffered 2 big losses in a row. Last week, lost by a significant 68-point margin to Salisbury North, who have come from Div 2, and they're off to a firing start. And they put up a fight against Glenunga in the trial game, but couldn't stop Jordan Opperman there with 5 goals in that one. And Prince Alfred lose by 8 goals. And sorry, no, it's 48, not 38. Let's get a highlight of De Cesare kicking one of his 2. I'm pretty sure it was the first of the game as well. And he slotted it down that left end. Then McKinnon slotting one from 50 out, or 45 I should say. And St. Peter's were just all over Prince Alfred in that one. And Johnny Reid had 28 goals last season and has 2 today. Nick Michaels improves to 10 goals on the season. And best players for St. Peter's, Ted Newman, Ed Allen, Ben Belperio and Fraser Bone. And then for Prince Alfred, Hugo Kelly, Will Schmidt, Ned McHenry and Joshua Garrels. But the best on ground who'll win the Archie's Thongs will be Lockie de Cesare with his amazing 2 goals and style of play. Racked up at least 15 touches. As go through some of the highlights, Hugo Kelly lining up for one of his 2 of the game. That was just straight down the middle, which he knew it was coming great off the boot straight away as soon as he kicked it. And Henry Nelligan with his courageous stuff, he went off with a poor concussion and broken nose and then came back on and nearly kicked 2 goals. And here's the collision, boom! Crashing into him was Ianello's. Get that one, and Nick Michaels with his lonely goal today. Came off a free goal with 25-metre penalty for Descent. And then just boom, straight down the middle. Easy goal for him. I reckon anyone could kick that on the Dartfish highlights. And then with a great goal here from Josh Garrels, also one of his 2. Prince Alfred only had 2 goal kickers for the day to St. Peter's 7. And then Benjamin Ianello kicking his 1 against his former team with his brother Jack playing as well. And St. Peter's are controlling these Dartfish highlights as the rain started and stopped at different points today. Is like the Ianello trophy for these both teams. And then a mark there going the way of Joshua Garrels. And he went back and kicked it, and then as awards are being handed out down here at Park 9 as Garrels off the step just easily kicked that one. And then another one, Malachi Carruthers. He had a great game today and just burst out from 50 and then kicked it from 40. And everyone got around him for that one. And then Singleton did a little knee slide in there, got his legs a bit muddy. And then just a great goal there from Jesse McKinnon. And just a bouncing ball. And then, yeah, that one, it was 55 out. That was a great goal. Unfortunately, didn't win the goal of the day. And that was a run. And this one just controlled it. Johnny Reid from the boundary of Trinana. And boom, that won the goal of the day. On the line, Lockie. And then another great goal there from St. Peter's. It's right down the middle through the big sticks. And then Hugo Kelly with the second of his 2. And we'll throw down to Lockie Gould with the player of the day who wins the Archie.
Here we are down here, boundary side with 3 very, very happy winners. We've got the $100 Belgravia apparel and New Balance. The Archies and the Gully went to number 45, Lockie de Cesare. Lockie, talk us through your game today, mate.
Yeah, obviously a bit of history with PAC, so it's always a tough contest. The rain came in the second quarter, so we just had to match the pressure, and I think we did, and ran away with it in the end. So yeah.
And of course, the Moseley team and $100 voucher going your way there. Edward Allen, talk us through your game, just playing the team role.
Yeah, playing in defence, just got to lock down, defend first, and then try rebound. And PAC are a good outfit, as Lockie said. So pretty simple role, and we did it well, better than them today. So.
And just one more question for you as well. You said pre-season you were pretty confident in this squad, and they're starting to repay your faith there. Just how happy are you?
Oh, mate, to see how the boys have come from where they were, it's been great. The growth that they've had, you know, especially not just this year, over the last 2 years, has been excellent, and just so happy we're getting the chocolates now.
And of course, Johnny Reid, talk us through that goal there. So we called it the sealer in the commentary box. That absolute snap, it was a beauty right in front of us.
Well, it didn't do much up until that point, so it was a kick and hope, and we got lucky.
And of course, that one there is the Bianco magic moment for this game. Back to you in the commentary box, Alex.
vibes back to these Dartfish highlights. Johnny Reid with his other games is just handing out the award winners there. Thank you very much, Lachlan Gould. As they'll go and celebrate with their respective teams, especially St. Peter's. They'll sing their song loud and proud after a big, convincing 48-point win over Prince Alfred, as we got Lockie Gould back in the commentary box after handing out his awards.
Yeah, that was absolutely brilliant. Of course, Belgravia and Apparel and New Balance, there was a $100 voucher there. The Archies, they're always fantastic, the Archies songs. Get yourself a pair, Alex, and the Gully $50 voucher there, and the Bianco Magic moment as well. It was some kind of game of footy, and the Moseley team man, so Johnny Reid winning the Bianco Magic moment, and the Moseley team man as well for Edward Allen, the captain playing his role. It was interesting to see him and what he said around his prediction pre-season. They're finally repaying the faith there for him. It's been a long, hard time at Spock, but it's starting to come good, Alex.
Yeah, it certainly is. They're 4-1 now on the season, but their accuracy haven't been good, but luckily it has prevailed for them as they'll go and sing their song loud and proud in their rooms after a big 48-point win over their rivals Prince Alfred, as the team will huddle in the club rooms. As upcoming round fixture next week, we've got St. Peter's and Ross Trevor. I reckon I got that game to call next week. And then Broadview against Salisbury North, Golden Grove versus Payneham, Sacred Heart versus Prince Alfred, Port District versus Glenunga. I reckon the game of the round probably would be Golden Grove versus Payneham.
Yeah, I think that one's going to be an absolutely fantastic. Can I get a quick tip from you for all those, Alex, real quick?
Alright, well, I reckon St. Peter's, I reckon they'll overtake Ross Trevor and get one there. And then I reckon Salisbury North will dominate Broadview and they'll go back to 0-6, I'm pretty sure, if they lost that game. And then I reckon Golden Grove will just beat Payneham by about a goal. And then Sacred Heart at the top, they will get another win to add to their tally. And then Port District will probably easily beat Glenunga and they will slip down once again.
And to find my tips, you'll have to watch the Between the Posts. Of course, that'll be out next week as well. What an absolute fantastic game of football we've just had. I'm going to give you all the sponsors real quick because we cannot do this without them. Filming Footy, Sports Interactive, Classic Clasham, Custom by ORTC, High Five E-Bikes, Dartfish, Archie's, Jag Meatworks, and Kimberley Resorts as well. All of them fantastic sponsors. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you to James. Thank you to Hugo. Thank you to Yushin. Thank you to Alex Coates. Alex, did you have a fun time, mate?
Yeah, it was an amazing game to call and game of the round by a mile.
Yeah, absolutely it was. It was a massive win to the Spockers. They got over the line of PAC in a harsh college rivalry. Spock fans, enjoy the song.